What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Flagrant 2, No Easy Buckets Analysis by Assholes. I'm Andrew Schulz, and I'm here with Real Life Kev, and I'm bouncing, and I cannot move my mic up. Oh, fuck mine. There we go.
There you go, buddy. There you go.
Oh, man. Big, you know what? I don't like being right all the time. I'll tell this too. Well, actually, I do like being right, but there's certain things that I almost rather be wrong about. And
it's crazy how right you were about this.
You know what? It's one of those things where it's like, and I've said this many times before. You know, with Philadelphia, you know, the nickname for Philadelphia is obviously Philly, right? And now the word Philadelphia does not have two L's in a row in it. It's just spelled F-I-L, right? But when you
F-I-L?
It's P-H-I-L, whatever. I don't understand how to spell that good, but I was just too excited to get to the L part.
I was about to say, like, bro, that was...
I don't know. Look, I don't know. I was so excited to get to the L. But the nickname for Philly is... nickname of Philadelphia is Philly, you know? And there's definitely the two L's in the Philly.
They added the extra L.
They added the extra... Well, there's another L in Philadelphia, right? But they made sure that when they shrunk it, that they would keep both L's in, because if there's one thing that we know about Philadelphia is that they will always and have always taken an L. And I looked historically at what was going on here. From 1790 to 1800, the capital...
This is so fucking funny
the
that you
capital-
looked up historical facts.
Because there's a trend here, right? It's more than just, this is just happening, right? There's a trend going on. From 1790 to 1800, the capital of the United States of America was in what city?
Philadelphia.
It was in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
and then what happened? They lost it, because that's what the fuck they do. Okay? They lose shit constantly. Now let's go. We can just go throughout. We can go through.
Go down the list,
Yo,
man.
hold on, real quick. Let me
Yeah,
just say to the listeners, I know Andrew very well, right? Like 10 years doing comedy together, talking about everything. He's one of my best friends, best friend in comedy. This is everything you need to know about Andrew right here. This is how hard he works, how much he loves being right, and how big of a dickhead he is.
Right.
These are the three biggest things you need to know about Andrew.
I don't want to be right about this.
That he went and looked up history.
Listen, this happened. It was serendipitous the way this happened originally. I threw out one little
Kaz, you weren't here, I
quip.
don't think.
I wasn't here.
So
no,
this
I
happened
left.
before. This is on Brilliant Idiots. I threw out one little quip about Jazzy Jeff and about Philly.
Oh, no,
and all
yeah.
this.
That I know, but this...
That's where this
But
started.
then remember his son is a good friend of mine.
Oh, you know,
Corey
yeah,
Towns.
so Corey was getting real excited, and he was popping off in the mouth. Don't come to my city.
Trust me, he was very serious.
I know he was really serious.
very
And then I did
serious.
5 shows Thursday through Sunday in Philadelphia, and I never saw Corey.
Well, I talked to him.
Oh,
I had to talk him off the
appreciate
ledge.
you talking him off the
'Cause
ledge.
He hit,
Okay,
me, hit me on the
appreciate it.
side, and he was like, "Yo, I'm like serious. Like if it comes to Philly, da da da."
Yeah.
And like I believe him because he knows those type of people. I'm like, dude, not worth
What
it.
are you going
But
to beat me
continue.
up for? For being right? For saying
Well,
shit that's on Wikipedia?
Here's what's super right. So Andrew's been talking about the Philly
Let me just
curse.
get through this.
He has a
Philly-
lot of
let me
hometown pride.
Let me just get through this thing. Listen, it's fine to like your hometown, but if
Yeah.
somebody's like, you know what, there's 5 boroughs in New York, I'm not gonna go, fuck you. It's not 5 boroughs in New York. That's what there are. So we go through history. We have obviously one of the most iconic films ever made. Right,
Rocky.
especially sports film, Rocky.
Yeah.
Right, one of the most iconic sports films ever. I mean, this is Philadelphia history right here. There's a statue of Rocky, right?
I know it's going right away.
And in an incredible film, one of my favorite films,
Classic
really
film.
classic film. The running
Classic
up the
film.
stairs and
Yeah.
everything like that.
Iconic moments throughout.
And one of the most surprising things about this film was not Sylvester Stallone's acting, which was incredible. It was not the boxing scenes that were so magnificently done, and it was not this amazing dialogue that really puts you in the heart of a fighter and heart of a warrior.
So what
One of the
happened?
most surprising things about this movie is in the fight, he lost.
He lost the fight.
He lost the fight in his fictional movie. They could have written that movie differently. They could have written that movie Rocky Wins.
Yeah.
But then they were like, what city does this take place? Oh,
my God.
Philadelphia. I'm going to have to write it consistently with the city because nobody would believe in a win.
Nobody would believe
So
that a
good.
Philly fighter
That's
Not
so
at all.
would
good.
rise from obscurity
This
and
is
win.
your most brilliant bit.
Okay, I'm just listen.
Curse.
Listen, it's just one of those things that we have to look at, and then we start to look at professional sports teams,
Okay.
right? We look at the 4 straight AFC championship games that the
NFC.
Eagles. NFC
yep.
championships games that the Eagles went to. Obviously, we know how that happened. The one thing that they haven't been able to. Everything does break in Philly, but the one thing they haven't been able to break, obviously, is their Super Bowl drought. They haven't been able to break that at all. That's still intact. So, there's still things to hope for Philly. But the point I'm trying to say is you look at the athletes there. You look at they get this amazing talent in Joel Embiid, right? Mm-hmm. Amazing talent. And then what happens? Breaks.
Injury
breaks. Oh, God darn.
Also, real quick,
Yeah.
the year Philly made it to 4 straight NFC Championship games and made it to the Super Bowl.
That's right.
Came very close to winning.
Yeah.
You know, one big problem besides Donovan McNabb being fat?
Terrell Owens getting hurt.
Terrell Owens got hurt.
Just out of curiosity, what happened? He broke. He broke his ankle. Right?
It was
There
actually
is
a Cowboy that did it. It was Roy Williams that did it.
Fair enough, but there's
Also
a theme
fat.
of things
He
breaking.
balled though. He balled.
He
in
balled,
that
but
game.
he did break.
He
He
did.
did break the ankle,
And
right?
I don't
we
think
did know
he
that.
balled like he normally did.
Yeah.
Ball back
Listen,
then.
but let's just go. So we have Terrell Owens. He breaks his ankle. Then we have Joel Embiid comes and just breaks apart everything. Then they go. You know what we're gonna do next? We're gonna run it back, and we're gonna get this amazing talent, Ben Simmons, right? And he's looking special. And then
Again, misses
break.
a whole entire season.
And they were like, that's a fluke because that's not a real thing that happens out here. That would never happen again. Let's trade up and let's get that first pick, right? Markelle Fultz never had any issues whatsoever. Right? He never had any issues
Seems
in
safe.
college.
It's your
Seems
most
like a good-
brilliant bit. I'm so
I'm just
fucking
sitting-
mad you thought of this and I didn't.
Within a month of being a 76er, he rolls his ankle in summer league, and then his shoulder stops being a shoulder. So he has no shoulder anymore. He has to change his shot. He starts shooting like very similar to Lonzo Ball, right?
Worse.
Worse than
Worse than
Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo,
It was really
It was
bad.
bad.
Okay,
It was
so
bad.
now we don't. He's posting emotional quotes on his Instagram. We don't know exactly what's going on. I'm rooting for him. Right? I'm rooting for him. And then I know what a lot of Philly fans are going to say. Oh, this is recent history. Not everything breaks in Philly. Go look at your Liberty Bell. There is a crack that runs from the tip of the Liberty Bell down to I don't know what the circle at the bottom. I don't even know what
bottom
you
of
call.
the bell.
I don't even know. I don't know enough about bells.
The
horn
horn
of the
licking
bell.
thing.
That's what makes this so brilliant. Is
Look.
there's so many levels to it.
Listen.
Ben Franklin's bifocals are just broken glasses.
Listen,
We can do an entire episode on how everything breaks in Philly.
Listen, there is something going on here.
Yeah.
Right? There's something going on here that we're aware of. How do you break steel? It's a steel bell. It's not like we had lasers back then.
And don't even
This is
try to fix. Like they
1700s.
could fix it.
They could fix it, and
They
then they
could
were like,
fix it.
"What?
They're like,
Who
you
are
know
we
what?
kidding ourselves? It's gonna break again. Why would I fix it? They've been trusting the process since the 1700s in Philadelphia, and
Oh
it
my
hasn't
God.
been working. That's just all I'm trying to say. And now we have a 10-2 season. Philadelphia Eagles are looking amazing. I have people tweeting me and Instagramming me every single day. Oh, Schulz, where's the Hezzy curse now?
No.
First of all, I removed the Hezzy curse. But where's the Hezzy curse now? What's happening?
They got an MVP at quarterback.
They got an MVP,
MVP.
superstar.
He was gonna walk
Impressive
into that
as
MVP.
there's at least one play
Yes.
every game you watch Carson Wentz. You're like, what the? How
Yeah.
the
What is this
fuck
kid?
did he do
Is this
that?
Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
What's going on? Who
Yeah,
am I
he's a
watching?
beast.
Maybe even more impressive in
He was a
some
beast.
ways.
He was a
Beast.
beast, especially second year in the league.
Yeah.
Like,
and
super
a
young.
nice
Like,
kid.
yeah,
Nice, good Christian.
good Christian boy.
Never
Loving.
made a B in
He's-
his life. All straight A's his whole life.
He's
You know what?
Tebow.
He did just make a B by
but not.
breaking his ACL. That might be his first B, and he tore his ACL.
Here's
a
what's-
tragic hit. I mean,
Yeah.
you see it. I mean, the kid's going for it. He's a hungry kid, and it just totally.
It's a play that a million coaches.
He
like,
runs a lot, though. I
don't
thought this
want.
might happen.
Fair enough.
But to your credit,
Yeah, yeah.
Andrew, Kaz, there was an episode you left early, I think,
Yeah.
and Andrew and I talked about the Cowboys, and then we got to the Eagles, and then I was annoyed at how good they were, and Carson Wentz, and Andrew said, I'm not even bullshitting, go back and check. He said, he's going to get hurt.
Listen,
And
I don't
said, I
want
hope
this.
so.
I just want to
And
clarify.
he called this
You don't want it
exact
to be- you-
fucking thing.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't want this. I want to clarify. Okay, I don't want this. I don't want Carson to be hurt. I don't want these things to happen in Philadelphia. I have no attachment to Philadelphia whatsoever. None. Nice city. I like performing there. Really nice crowds. Thank you, Corey, for not bringing your goons to go beat me up.
Don't point at me.
Okay.
Point at Corey. Thanks, Corey.
Hey,
Thanks
appreciate you, Corey, for
yeah.
letting me live out there. Now, that being said, you can't deny the obvious here.
I mean,
There's something going on. If I was a first-round draft pick and the Eagles were going to draft me or the Sixers were going to draft me, I'm not going.
when's the last time? The Phillies? I think the Phillies
Phillies won the World Series, and that was their first championship in like God knows how long.
Forever, right?
Bill Burr did a whole rant about how all they do is lose, and this is Andrew's equally brilliant
It's about
Point
breaking.
about Philly.
It's about breaking. You have to remove yourself from Philly, and then you will. I mean, look at Corey's dad. That was the point I made.
Yeah.
Listen, Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bye, Philly. Superstar. Will Smith. Bye, Philly. Superstar.
He had a classic show about leaving Philly.
Listen,
Yeah.
if
The whole premise is
what happens when
what's
you
the-
get out of
what's
Philly?
Philadelphia, born and raised on a playground where I used to spend most of my days.
Chilling out, maxing, relaxing,
all
all cool.
and then shit went left.
And then my
And
life
then,
went right.
And then I went to Bel Air and I was like, oh
Yo,
man,
that's
I got a rich uncle, I got a mansion.
listen.
Why am I? There's even an episode of The Fresh Prince when his mom comes back.
I remember this. I remember
his mom
this.
comes back and he's like, "Yeah, you're about to graduate from high school. Like, I mean, college. Like, can't wait for you to come back and move back to Philly with us." And Will's like, "Oh
Nah,
no, I have a whole life here. I'm pretty sure.
Times have
Yeah,
changed.
I'm good. Yeah, like, sorry, I'm not coming back to Philly.
We're not doing it. It's just
Yeah.
one of those things. It's rough to be a Philly fan.
I feel for him. I really did feel
And
for
let me
him.
say this: I go to Philly all the time. My girl is born and raised there.
Mm.
I'm there all the time, so I need to say this on the record. I don't believe in the Philly curse. Hindus believe in curses. I don't believe in that. As a Hindu, I do believe in karma.
Yeah.
And maybe if you guys stop being such dickheads,
Yeah, booed
bad
Santa
things will
Claus.
stop happening.
Listen,
They booed Santa
They
Claus.
cheered
goddamn.
paralyzed Michael Irvin.
this is not PG-13.
Booed Santa Claus. This is R.
This is R. This is R. We're right on the line. We're right on the line.
They threw snowballs with batteries in them at Jimmy Johnson. They're just the worst fans in history.
Oh
This is
my
going to
God.
keep happening.
Listen,
Who took this picture? That's what I want to know.
I was it was at New York Comedy Club. I was taking a dump before I went on stage. This was when I had to poop before I went on stage.
You go pants to ankles in the toilet?
Fam, if you notice, I don't even
you
put
take all
toilet
the way
paper
off?
between the cheek and the bowl.
That's bare
That's
cheek.
bare cheek on the bowl. If for everybody's listening, they're not watching on YouTube right now, youtube.com/TheAndrew Schulz. But we're looking at a picture of me on the toilet taking a shit. And Alex, not me,
you put
don't
your-
get me beat up again, but Alex has put underneath my butt cheeks different items from Philadelphia. I guess what you're trying to do is create a metaphor like I'm shitting on Philadelphia. Is that what we're going for right here?
Way to
Okay.
go with that, Alex.
Listen.
It's not Andrew's not shitting on Philadelphia.
I'm saying
God is shitting on Philadelphia. Stop being so mean.
Something
and your
happened.
solution to this right now, I guarantee you, is I'm gonna fuck both of them up. And then somebody else gonna break his fucking legs.
Listen, you know how mean Philadelphia has to be that they created a fake slogan to make people nice to each other?
Brotherly
brotherly
love.
Brotherly love. There's never
no
been
such thing.
brotherly love
There's
in
no such thing.
Philadelphia. No, not at all.
You know who Jay-Z went to when he needed some non-brotherly love?
Who's that?
He goes to State Property. You know who State Property is, Philip? State Property, like, there was Rockefeller, there was, like, the glitzy, glamorous, you know what I mean, we're drug dealers, but we're classy. We got Emil over here, we got Meth Bleed, we got the hustles over there. But the grimy, dirty motherfuckers of the Rockefeller,
State Property.
State Property. A bunch of
Shady.
dirty Philly niggas that will rob you.
Yeah.
Also,
shoot you.
the only dudes under Jay-Z that are still Baroque.
That too. I mean, hey.
Well, yo, you gotta
What are you
respect
gonna
State
do?
Property because they didn't try to be anything that they weren't.
Nah,
Like
they were just-
they said, Jay was like, "Yo, do you guys want to put out a clothing line?" And they were like, "Yeah." And they're like, "What do you want it to be?" He goes, "Mad pockets for drugs." Like I want stash pockets on the mat. Yo, here's some State Property socks with a stash pocket for your drugs. Literally every piece of clothing had a little pocket within a pocket you could put a dime bag. So shout out to State Property, man. Appreciate you.
Sad.
Look, it is sad. It's just something that I feel like is important for us to address.
So let's talk about it. Do you think the Eagles are done?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've always felt that way. It's not. Do you know what I mean? Like,
You just knew it was coming.
yeah, it's not that like everybody was looking at the turkey in the oven, thinking about how delicious it was going to be when it was finished. But I knew it wasn't going to get finished. So it's just one. I mean, look, shout out to Nick Foles. I wish you the best. I hope that you can bring them to the promised land. But in my personal opinion,
There's no
Carson is a special guy,
Carson.
special.
Yeah.
and he'll come back and be special.
yeah.
I don't doubt that. I think this is even crazy to say right now, but like, I think ACL surgeries are not easy to come
It's
back.
not
from.
what it used to
It's
be.
not what it used to end your career, and now
Or at the very least, after it would take a year, you would have to come back a year later,
Yeah.
and then that first year back, you wouldn't be the same.
you'd be fucked up.
So 2 years out of your
ACL
career.
ACL's like
ACL
Tommy John now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
well said.
come back from Tommy John, you can come back from ACL. It's crazy that we're saying this.
It's facts.
But
'Cause
it's
I remember
true.
like when like Penny Hardaway and like Grant Hill, they tore the ACL and their careers were
Done, bro.
Donezo.
But what? So
Donezo.
what's the difference? That's what I'm trying to understand. Like what?
I mean, better surgery.
I think
mean,
the surgery,
like,
the procedures have gotten better, cleaner. The rehab might be better. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think
You know that there's this guy Andrews, Dr. Andrews. You
Yeah.
heard of
yeah,
him?
Dr.
Yeah.
James Andrews from Alabama.
James Andrews from
just
Alabama.
everybody's shoulders.
Like
actually, I think.
if you get a James Andrews call, like the season's done. Like that is like the main that is like a 4-letter word to any athlete. It's like, well, he's meeting with Dr. James Andrews today, and they're like, oh
it's
shit,
over. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. It's
But
a wrap.
that-
See you in
but
2020.
That also means that the organization wants you back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true, true.
If they
True.
give you some not James Andrews,
Facts.
If the Knicks are like, hey, Michael Beasley, your knee's fucked up, we're gonna send you to Dr.
Nick
Terrence,
Riviera from The
yeah,
Simpsons.
Terrence Hector Gonzalez. It's like, what the
Simpsons
fuck is
reference.
That's a very good
Yo,
Simpsons
real
reference.
talk. Like, if they're sending you to the Dominican Republic to the same doctors doing ass implants and shit like that, they don't give a fuck about you coming back next season. It's James Andrews
Oh,
or
He's the
bust.
only guy.
Real talk.
That's
right.
how bad Robert Griffin was. That James Andrews couldn't save him.
Wait,
Yeah.
James Andrews did that surgery?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did a surgery. He couldn't do it.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you know he was finished. That's how I knew he was finished. And that's what scares me about this Wentz thing because he doesn't like rely so much on his legs as much as RG3 did, but he relies a lot on his
Yo,
legs.
and I've
he
been
is a
thinking this the
mobile
whole
quarterback.
You know?
And I've been thinking this kind of fucked up as a Cowboy fan. I've been like, all right, well, you can't last playing like this, so that's good. Like he's gonna get hurt. He takes shots too. He hangs in the pocket, takes shots. North Dakota tough is cool,
Yeah.
but Brett Favre is you can't just say, oh, he's a tough white boy like Brett Favre. Brett Favre was He's Wolverine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's right.
that's a different guy.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
built to some.
That's
he's
an
built to
X-Man.
some different shit.
Yeah, that's a
like-
different guy. All right,
but-
so they're done. We don't have to take too long talking about it, but it is an interesting thing to speak
I mean,
on.
I had them. They were my not sleeper Super Bowl pick. Between them and the Vikings, they were my Super Bowl
Wait,
pick.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think they could do it just because he's in his second year, and I just
So
didn't see it happening
yeah.
this
No
year.
Patriots?
No, Patriots against
NFC
Ah,
representative.
okay.
NFC representative.
okay.
I said either the Eagles or the Vikings are gonna rep. The
Yeah.
NFC. The Patriots are gonna walk to the Super
Weirdly,
Bowl.
I think I don't know why I think Pittsburgh could beat New England. They're not even. They're like eking out a bunch of games.
They are.
I just have an odd feeling they can do it.
Because they
I
got
don't-
playmakers, man.
Yeah.
They got playmakers.
Like come into the playoffs, sometimes you need, and Brady's a playmaker, but like Bell can rattle off an 80-yard touchdown run. That's
Antonio Brown is
Antonio
an
Brown
MVP candidate.
is just forget it.
even
you know?
Juju Smith,
Juju's nasty.
whatever his name is, nasty. It's
Juju Smith-Schuster has the most Jewish name, which isn't Jewish. He literally has the word Jew
Juju
twice.
Smith-Schuster.
Yeah, twice in the beginning. Jew Smith-Schuster is not Jew. Like, imagine when he shows up to the meeting, you got a guy. Is he dreaded? I don't know if he's
Nah, I
dreaded.
don't think he
Nah.
has dreads. No.
But he's a black guy. I've
Yeah,
seen him.
it's
Right?
all
It's like a black
man.
hipster, right? His
Yeah.
bike to work.
Does he really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he came to our office one time, played knockout with us, and
Everybody
Super-
plays knockout at
Well,
that. bleacher.
but he came like during his bye week. I'm like, you could be doing anything right now. This is like the NFL
Yeah,
season.
listen,
you
there's
know
good
what
babkas down the block. He probably want to get something.
I'm saying? We get a lot of local players that come in, but it's like,
Dude, he needs to convert. If he converts to Judaism, he would be one of the biggest. Well, he'd be the biggest Jewish football player outside of Edelman.
Is he Jewish?
Edelman?
Gotta be.
Yeah,
Gotta be.
Edelman?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true. That's
for
true.
sure. Belichick finds him some Jews, bro.
He finds him some talented white guys. Man. I can't-
5'10".
If there's
He's
a
at
white
those
guy,
bar mitzvahs looking to see how he's like, well, he can lift that chair up high. Okay, I like him. He's gonna be able to squat a good 400 pounds. Sign him up.
Oh man, strong collarbones on that Jew right there. Just getting that real. Just looks at the most
Drop
random
on that
shit.
Jew right there. That's what he said. That's what he said.
Yo, Juju Smith-Schuster. We got to start putting together memes of him with a
You got a
yarmulke.
star David.
Exactly. All
Instead
that
of like the Pittsburgh Steelers stars, just like the stars of David around them. Yo, just milk it, dude. Like you're in the sports and entertainment industry, man. Like
Change it to JEW, not JUJU.
If you really listen, if you in the entertainment business, you damn sure need to be Jewish.
listen,
Convert.
let me tell you. If my name sounded even the least bit Jewish,
You rocking with it?
what?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't know anybody like that.
If my
Is there
last name was
anybody in
like,
this room
I
that's
don't know. I mean,
I can't think of
I've never
anybody
met a
who kinda
guy
has
who
a
just
Jewish last name.
Kind of has
I
a
don't
very
know.
Jewish name and just kind of ran with it.
Anyway,
you know, but
yeah. It is. what
Whatever
it is.
works for some folks,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess.
I am going to Israel the 14th.
I bet
really
you
am.
are.
Yeah.
Enjoy that. Enjoy the enjoy the home country. What's it called? Enjoy the old country.
Yo, I'm still laughing at the term "on that Jew right there." Especially on that Jew right there. Especially coming from Kaz. That was super funny.
That's Staten Island coming out of him, huh? Every once in a while,
Well,
a little
every
Staten
little
Island
time.
Seventh
sneaks out.
chamber.
They
I
got
like
some
that.
collarbones, those shoes. I'm telling you, it's a different type of collarbone that allows you to pick the chair up in the air like that. Okay. Listen, no, it's not that you're not as strong as them. It's your collarbones.
collarbones.
Tony, your collarbones ain't working like this.
Oh my God.
All right, while we're talking about juice, Miami, Florida. Let's discuss it. Everybody's making this big deal about Derek Jeter. Well, Giancarlo Stanton. We know. Listen, we don't talk about baseball on this podcast. We hate
We
baseball.
only talk about the Yankees.
We only talk about the Yankees.
Yes, sir.
So,
yeah,
so
okay.
Giancarlo Stanton was traded to the Yankees. The Miami Marlins traded him. Now, Derek Jeter is an owner of the Miami Marlins. He trades arguably one of the best players in baseball.
He's the National League MVP.
So best
He's
player-
at worst the second best player in
59
there.
home runs.
Unbelievable,
Yeah.
unbelievable. To the Yankees. And, of course, everybody's making the statement, once a Yankee, always a Yankee. Thank you, Derek Jeter. You're amazing for doing this. As if Derek Jeter did it in some sort of, hookup for the Yankees. As if he's fucking up his own franchise, the Marlins, just to help the Yankees. What say you guys?
I think he did.
Really?
I think he did, bro. I mean, you'll be surprised how many times this happens in other professional sports.
Ooh,
right?
go.
Celtics?
Give me a hot take.
All right, so boom. Let's talk about the Boston Celtics, right? Kevin Garnett. You know what I mean? Kevin McHale gets hired as a GM and coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's in a catch-22 with his player. You're only going to deal with franchises that you're familiar with. You know what I mean? Like, people think that all these pro athletes and pro sports types just have everybody. It's not NBA 2K. We can just call any team and, you're just cool with them. Like, no, you're going to call the people that you're comfortable with. So who are you going to call? You're going to call Brian Cashman. Who are you going to call? You're going to call a team that could absorb a
Massive contract.
like this. I spent 20 years of my career destroying the Red Sox. Am I going to give it to them? No. You know what I mean? So
This is interesting. Yeah.
And you'll be surprised. It happens a lot. I mean, damn.
Whose phone number you got? You don't have the Arizona Cardinals phone number.
Dog,
You know what I mean?
anytime this happens, especially if it's a high-profile player / front office type, same thing happened with Jerry West. Jerry West went to go take over
St.
the
Louis
Memphis
Cardinals,
Grizzlies.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Went to go take over the Memphis Grizzlies. Had to get Pau Gasol off the books. What are we going to do?
Bye.
Send him to the Lakers. I know the Lakers. I'm cool with those guys. Send them over there. And it happens a lot.
Great point. I didn't even think
It
about
happens a
Jerry
lot.
West.
And people think oh, no, it's just Derek Jeter trying to pretend. No, dude. I'm doing business with people I'm cool with. And if you want me to get rid of Giancarlo Stanton, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Yanks, call him up.
Yeah.
Done deal. You know what I mean?
Fuck.
So it's not as people it's really as black and white as it seems sometimes.
Yeah.
Some people think it's oh no, it's just a coincidence. No,
There's no
bro.
conspiracy here.
There's no conspiracy
The Dodgers
here.
already had a huge salary.
Yep.
They couldn't absorb another big player like him without trading some major
Mm-hmm.
pieces. And how many other teams are willing to put up that kind of bread?
And people, y'all need to understand
Yeah.
one about baseball not having a salary cap. You understand that the Yankees are probably one of the 5 most recognizable brands
Yeah.
in America.
Sure.
They're up there with
Yeah.
McDonald's and Nike and
Yeah.
shit like that. So if anybody could just cough up 280
Bang.
out of nowhere for an MVP, and you've already built out the right way, you still don't have to pay Aaron Judge yet.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay Sanchez yet. You don't have to pay Didi. You don't have to pay these guys that you've got through your farm system.
Right.
It's a layup. And they're gonna get Machado in a year too. So it's like the evil empire is back, dude. And it's as American as apple pie, dude. When the Yankees the Yankees do that. They make sports unfair. And if every league was like this, there would be 4 good teams. Whatever teams in New York, whatever teams in LA, whatever teams in maybe a Houston or Chicago,
yeah,
some type
Dallas,
of Midwest
yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is. Money talks. And-
Chicago actually really loyal sports fans, and they haven't had anything since Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They went to a Super Bowl with a Rex Grossman, that was going to go well. I would rather go with Nick Foles.
12-9
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
It's like a first half of a WNBA game.
It's also going to be the score Chennai beats you by 12-9.
9? You think he's putting up 9 points?
Yo, y'all are wild, yo.
9? You're gonna score? Okay.
I didn't tell you I got a personal trainer before we started recording.
Listen, she's probably training.
I did front squats with 25 on the bar. y'all,
Watch out now.
Y'all are done, bro.
Watch out now.
Today is done, bro.
Jesus,
That's
bro.
Front squat,
50 pounds more than me,
25
though,
on a
fam.
bar like
That's-
that,
that's
just
a lot.
holding it like that and squatting it at the gym. Mad shorties looking at me. Said, "Are you done with that?" And then adding weight. Can I work in? Adding weight. I gotta take the weight off of the girl. I got a 125-pound Filipino girl. I gotta take weight off of the bar so I can max out
Oh,
on my
man.
front squats.
Bro, let me tell you
She
something.
probably takes it off with one hand, like, I got you, man.
Nothing, bro. I gotta use two hands for the thing that keeps the weights on. What's that called? A clip?
The clamp or
The
clip or
clamp?
whatever
Yeah.
this
I
is.
try to do that with one hand. The whole arm started to shake, B. The whole arm was shaking. I look around
That
the
veins
gym.
popping, like, ah.
Yeah, I look around. I was like, "Yo, is this part of the workout?" Yo, I was asking Mike, my trainer. I was like, "What's this? Forearms? This works for how many of these we gotta do?" He's like, "Just take that off and take the weights off." I was like, "All right,
Oh,
bet.
my
Okay,
Bro,
got it."
let me tell you something. When I first moved to New York, I lived in Harlem, and it hadn't gentrified up that far yet.
Yeah.
So I'm on a gym on like 155th, and let me tell you something that's emasculating is you're working out, and then you see a 65-year-old black woman squatting with weight you're benching or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, welcome to my life.
yo.
Bro, it is,
Yo,
it is
bro.
humbling.
But
It
I
is
realized some shit that I didn't know from working out. I don't know how we got to this, but like I never been able to drop it like it's hot. Not that I tried, but like you know what when girls just drop it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro, it's impressive, dude.
No, it's not.
It is.
No. I figured it out.
How?
So here's this. I got tight hamstrings, and most guys have tight. We can't touch our toes like they can touch, etc.
Yeah.
That dropping like it's hot shit, and we see them do it in heels, and we're like, how the fuck can they do that in heels? The heels are a cheat.
Really?
When you're up, because what I do for squats, I put a little weight underneath my heels.
Yeah, so
My
that's what
trainer
made you
gave
do
me
that
this,
too,
and
yeah.
all of a sudden, it rights everything in my body. So I'm on this basically on little heels, like those little wedges, like you see the Asian women wear on like a Sunday, like when they go to church. But if you go, but if you're in a high heel like a stripper, do you know the ones I'm talking about? They got a knee-high skirt and then a little wedge heels, right?
Yeah.
So he goes. So, but if you got a
I don't know
high
how
heel,
I don't know how we got wedges from
bro.
squats.
All I'm
and
saying
knees.
is if
Some
you got a
Yankees.
high heel, y'all seen the Asian ladies with the tiny, the heel is literally a centimeter. It's
I
not
know.
even an inch.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just to
not
give
even
her a
like-
little lift for God, right?
It's a little platform.
Yeah, a little platform for God, right? So this shit right here, if you're on a high, clear heel like strippers, you can squat down. In heels, I could easily drop it like it's hot. Easily. I'll have a drop it like it's hot contest with Shanae if she wants
Oh
afterwards.
God, please.
I'll drop it right now.
Please don't.
I would.
Please don't. I'm good.
I'm in Tim's. That's enough
I'm,
lift.
I'm
In
totally
a Tim, I could
comfortable
squat.
with
I could do a
this.
full squat in a Tim.
I'm thoroughly uncomfortable. All
All right, fine. Well, Giancarlo Stanton.
Let me say this. I
Yes,
don't know
please.
much about baseball. I've heard it's a fleecing.
Yeah.
But it is ironic that the team fan base this is going to piss off the most is Boston's.
Yeah.
And you guys have the Celtics who have benefited from a massive you got a championship off of a KG trade
Yep.
that was bullshit.
Yep.
And also the Patriots who I actually like but constantly cheating.
Yeah.
So for you guys to call foul or cry foul is always a little bit
Yeah, you
ironic to me.
already got it good.
Yeah.
You got it good. Also,
Yeah.
your other teams all cheat. So don't
Yeah.
call this team out for doing some shit that's unfair.
Yeah.
That's all
It's
you guys
perfectly
do.
within
It's like
the
when
rules.
hot chicks complain about like oppression.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Wait,
a hot
what?
chick.
You're like, you got it good already.
Yeah,
Just
have a bit
everything's
about
fine.
that.
You know what I mean?
Hot women talking about feminism. We're like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's all
that's-
right. Yeah. Ugly girls will listen.
Yeah, exactly my bit.
All right, so
Yeah.
That's why we gave Lena Dunham all that time.
exactly. Yeah, it's like
That's
you
true.
hear her out.
All right,
You know,
yeah. You know what? I get it. Makes sense.
Okay, now
she's trash.
yeah, it's so true. It's
She's
so
trash.
true.
I'm sorry.
Okay, but Giancarlo Stanton, here's my logic on Derek Jeter trading him away.
Mhm.
Now, you might think that I'm crazy. I think Derek Jeter wasn't willing to share bottle waitresses with another handsome, light-skinned, maybe half black, half white guy.
What is John Carlos Stanton? He's like
I don't know, but-
black and Cuban, black and
Gotta
something.
be Latino.
No, he's
Giancarlo?
not even Latino. His name used to be Mike Stanton, apparently, and they changed it to Giancarlo. That's at least what my one friend told
So
me.
Appeal
scouts
to that-
care about him?
Yeah,
To that
have no-
that Miami demographic. I mean, not for nothing. Like, yo, I don't know. There was that boom during the NBA when they were like, yo, if your last name was like Skanetovich or some shit, they were drafting you.
Boom, let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if I'm
yeah.
a baseball player and I like have like Akash's like,
Look.
facial skin color,
Yeah.
I'll throw a Giancarlo in front of my name so people think
Get
I'm
a little
Cuban.
Vasquez
You
and
know what I
shit,
mean?
yeah.
Like I'll be a Sanchez for a couple of years and just go back to it. Like get me drafted. Give me this 280 mil.
You got to come back to Mike when he comes to New
I'll
York.
be Mike again.
Yeah. Second you touch down New York, you're Mikey Stanton,
Oh,
right back.
man.
Anyway, that's what I think it was. I think Derek. I think he was like, listen, I like being a man. I don't like anybody else here. And he might have got a girl say no. He might have had a girl say, listen, I'm already with Giancarlo. I can't fuck with you, Derek. Well, okay.
Yeah, Giancarlo Cruz, Michael Stanton.
Hold on, he's what? Black, Irish, and Puerto Rican. So maybe the Giancarlo came from the Puerto Rican.
But Michael is his middle name though. It's Giancarlos Michael Cruz Stanton.
Giancarlos Michael Cruz Stanton.
That's too many syllables for a name. You
Yeah,
gotta cut
dude.
that shit down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's
Carlos already 2 names in one, then you're gonna add a Michael Cruz.
No.
I ain't gonna front that Puerto Rican in him is a little diluted, but we're gonna run with that when he gets to the Bronx though.
Yeah.
Super gonna run with that. Though they're gonna have Fat Joe at his press conference so quick. Throwing up the BX behind him. These Amaro back there.
Squad. Squad.
Can't wait, dog.
All right, man.
Can't wait though. But it's fun, man. Like it's fun when the Yankees are like the favorites.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Everybody
It
likes
is.
it better.
I
It's-
don't-
It's what's his face that you like wrestling.
Yeah.
It's
the heel.
But it's the heel, but it's also what is you can't see me?
Oh,
with the-
John Cena.
Yeah, he gotta win.
He has to win.
You just let him
Yeah.
win. It's more fun when he wins. It's like-
Every sport is more fun when there's one team that everyone can point at and be like, as long as we beat those motherfuckers.
Ric
that's
Flair.
We're
that's
good.
why
Yeah.
MMA sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually enjoy watching the sport, but they don't have enough dominance.
Yeah.
Right? No matter who it is, they win like 5 or 6 fights, and all of a sudden they get knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Floyd won for 20 years. 20 years. Think
Yep.
about that. If you put money on every Floyd fight, if that was your investment,
I guarantee
it's a good
you.
return.
I guarantee you that baseball is going to see. This is not just a big move for the Yankees, but I think it's a big move for baseball in general.
Why?
Because we love shit like this.
Yeah.
We love shit like that. We love when there's a team out there. Like, when did the real NBA boom start, right? Of this current boom that we're in. When LeBron had the decision
Ah, yes, yes,
and
yes,
went
yes.
to Miami.
Super team.
We
yeah.
love super teams,
Of course
dude.
we do. We love
say
dominance.
we hate it, but
Yeah.
it's like
we love to hate it.
we love
Yeah.
to look at a team. We need a fucking Goliath to our David.
Yeah.
Each and every sport. And if there's not one, it's like, dog, it's not fun. It's not fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like, dog, I will go and watch these motherfuckers have batting practice now. You couldn't pay me to go to a Yankee game last
Yeah,
year.
true.
I will sit there and watch him and Aaron Judge and Gary Sanchez and Didi Gregorius just smash dingers to nobody. And I bet you if they sell tickets to that shit and like have like dollar beers and shit, they will fill that bitch up like hours
Heartbeat.
before the
Done.
game. You know what I mean? Like it's got baseball popping again a little bit. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
baseball is better, just like football. Football is more interesting when the
Cowboys are good. Baseball's more interesting.
when the
Yankees
Yankees
are
are good.
Boxing's more interesting when Floyd is fighting.
Yeah,
you
like-
need that. I don't know if it's super villain. What do you
You just need that.
you need something super.
You need that Darth Vader. you
Yeah,
need that,
yeah.
that head of the evil empire, man. Like,
Yeah.
I think actually Simmons said something like it's almost as fun to root against someone as it is to root for a team.
of
more
course, as long
Might
as
be
you're
more fun, yeah.
Hell yeah.
When I hated Kobe, that shit was so like I was so into hating
Yeah.
Kobe.
yeah.
The year or 2 or whatever I hated LeBron when he was in Miami, I
Yeah.
was so into that.
Same.
That held
That-
my interest.
That first year of LeBron in
Oh,
Miami,
fam.
Yeah.
every away game was a fucking moment, dog.
Yeah.
Like I drove to Philly because the Knicks game was too far away, just to see that reaction of him like going against
Who? Braun?
when Braun first got to Miami, when it was like the Heatles era, when it
Yeah.
was the first year of Wade, Braun, and Bosch. Like, dog, it is fun to root against an empire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because
That's why every other country hates America.
exactly.
You're welcome.
Exactly.
We give you something to live for. Okay.
But now they're
Your
just
news
like,
would be much more boring
if
without
it
us.
wasn't for us, exactly. No, that's a good point. Yeah.
But it's
That's
fun,
another
man.
thing that the world should be thankful for.
But I'll tell you this though. You do have a point with the hoes in Miami, because I heard some stories about
Jeets?
Stanton.
Oh, about Stan.
Oh, I'm-
just taking everything down.
Stan gets it.
I mean,
Stan-
would you not?
Oh no, of course. But are you getting clipped?
Dog, like, first off, you're in Miami.
Yeah, get everything clipped. Yeah.
No, like,
It's
but
like-
do you get your tubes tied if
yeah.
you're that?
Yeah.
You would, right?
Yeah.
Got
But
to.
but
Because you can reverse it later.
Can you? That's the thing.
You don't know.
That's the thing. I'd get some sperm. I'd like you can get your own sperm in a sperm bank, right?
Sure.
So you save your sperm and then you just get it clipped.
Yeah. There's no way you don't do that.
Yeah. Wait, but I don't know. I'll tell you who I wouldn't let do it. Whoever did Cromarties.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys ever watched the show?
No.
Oh,
He has a
man.
show?
Yeah, he has a show. See, if you watch wrestling, you would catch it. But he has a show that comes on after Monday Night Raw called The Cromarties, where it's exactly what you think it is.
Right.
It's about him and his 95 kids.
Yeah.
Can
Can they just show his dick?
Like,
I just want to. I know it sounds weird. I just want to see it, dude. It's got to be shaped different or something. It's got to have a hook or something's got to be different about his dick that he gets girls pregnant every single time.
that shit probably looks like a veteran from Vietnam just shaking. It's like, I seen some things, man. just real, just broken and just like.
No, but that shit is like the Punisher. No matter how much you beat it up, he gonna come.
Still coming back.
He's
Jason,
stronger than ever.
Slowly walking after you, following no matter what you do.
And the scary movie, they're wiping their brow like, I'm so glad we got rid of him. And he just
Come out the
water. Like jaws.
Yo, we gotta ask Cromartie. No, when we're ready to have kids, we gotta get Cromartie on here and ask him what the best position is to get a girl pregnant.
He has to know. He has to know all the tricks of the trade. No.
Yeah, just like leaving it in. It's
Like-
really just one trick.
He probably he probably knows right after he splashes.
Yeah, got it.
He's
Got
like,
it.
yeah, that was good.
No,
work.
he's like Steph. He just
When he
turns
turns
away.
around.
He doesn't even stay there to wait for it. He pulls out. He goes, "Yeah, I got that shit."
Doesn't even wait for the pregnancy test. He's like, nah, that's a boy. That's a boy.
Keeps
6.5
Keeps
pounds.
his wrist up like this. Got him! Twins! Let's go for 3!
I named the gender, the weights. It's like,
Exactly.
that's a 7.5 right there.
There you go.
That's
Call him
7.5.
Carl. Damn, Cromartie the legend. We need to get Cromartie.
We will.
Where
We
is he? Is he
actually do.
playing anywhere?
Nah, he's doing
done.
his reality show, man.
At least he got another, check because that's expensive,
Oh,
dude.
boy.
I really think I want to see that scene where he's just taking the check straight from the producer and giving it to his baby mama.
Yeah,
I mean,
wanna know
doesn't he
how
get
much.
tax breaks on that though? He has to.
Yeah, he's
If
like
it
a
ain't
Mormon.
enough.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, no, for real. He's like a Mormon. 'cause
Really?
You could profit. No, he isn't Mormon, but like.
Oh.
No, like
I
I'm
was
saying,
like,
then it made sense. Like that's the only reason.
Okay.
The only reason this is weird is because he doesn't call himself a Mormon.
Right.
If he
If
called
he was
himself
a-
a Mormon, he's a man of God, right? Instead of
yeah.
like a heathen going around knocking up girls all over the place, he's a man of God. He's a religious man. He's going to heaven. He's
Born in
spreading his seed.
Montana.
You gotta
and
marry
shit.
him,
Like,
though.
oh, okay,
Dude,
makes sense.
what if none of his kids end up playing a sport?
Oh God.
What a waste of raw athleticism. Like, imagine how athletic you are that your sperm is athletic. That, like, your sperm gets to the
Just
egg.
sprinting to the egg, like,
Yeah, fuck out of here,
Swim
dog.
stroke. Just gets in there.
Reading the defense. Oh, pH balance. Fuck out of here, pH balance. We get right there. Uterine lining. I'm sliding in safe.
Oh my god.
Oh man, yeah, no, that'd be a complete waste. If I
Oh,
have
yeah.
14 kids
Oh.
and not one of them
on, yo.
was to
Guys.
use my God-given talent that I've bestowed upon you,
Come on now.
I can hear Jermaine typing an email to us right now.
it's happened. You know what? Yeah.
But think about and what about the girl? I guess the girls they would like to get pregnant. Well, if you're having sex with him.
I mean, it's he doesn't have that many baby moms. I think it's like just 3 or 2.
It's like 5, I think.
It's 5?
He's
Whoops.
up there.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
oh,
up there.
He got a lot with the one lady, but then I think the rest.
Yeah, I was
are
about to say I
different.
know he has because
The
he has
last
it with
one
the wifey.
With the wifey, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
That's
compliment.
a dope ass wifey, bro.
Yeah.
Imagine being like,
yo, that is a dope ass wifey to like pay the doctor on the side to not cut your balls off. Like you go in to get the surgery and then she hits them off like a cool
She's
10
like,
grand. Leave them
keep
balls
it,
intact.
keep it.
To his credit, he hasn't impregnated anybody else since he's been with his wife. He's been
Good
faithful.
for
It
him.
seems.
Yeah.
Good for
God,
him.
the bar is low.
I mean,
To his credit, he was doing what he's supposed to do.
After your 14th kid, maybe you're like, oh, maybe I should just stick this one out. You know?
Fam, get head. If I have more than 6 kids, I'm not fucking no more. I don't even trust it. I won't even put it in the butt. I won't. I'm like, that shit's too close.
Like,
yo.
you sure?
Some
You sure?
drippage. I'm not
Yeah.
playing around.
Oh no, it's gonna seep down in there.
Exactly.
I'm
We're
good.
not letting gravity
Oh
take
god, we
over.
gotta stop. We gotta stop. NC-17. 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 Keep
You're
it
right,
on.
you're right, you're
Keep
right,
it
you're
on.
right.
Keep it
We're
on.
training. We're training. We're training.
We're
We're
learning,
training.
guys. We're
Yeah.
learning. We're
Consensually,
sorry.
of course, guys.
Consensually, all times, at all times. Yeah. Ah,
All right.
where we at with it?
I don't know. I mean, there's different. Let's talk about Zebo trying to check Boogie.
That was dope.
That was fantastic to me, man.
I mean,
I think it comes
yeah.
at a beautiful time. I don't know if you guys are on Twitter today
No,
or on
I'm off
any
Twitter.
on any interwebs, but there was this little boy by the name of Keaton something. Do you
Oh,
know
yeah.
the guy, Alex? It was like some little boy.
Yeah.
He got he made this viral video. I guess his parents made this viral video of him like crying
Yeah.
and talking about how bullies should,
I saw that. What was that about? Because I saw him crying in the car and like his head is kind of.
Yeah, like I
oddly
guess
shaped.
like he got, I guess he got bullied in school, whatever. And like, it's I think his name was Keaton or something like that.
Keaton bully.
Keaton.
Keaton.
And like Keaton Jones, there you go, Keaton bully video. And
Yeah.
So like we're all like feeling super bad for this kid, and it looks
Come
terrible.
on,
and we're
B, I
like,
can't
oh
watch
man,
this."
this poor little boy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
He's got a scar on the side of his head. He's got a cleft palate.
Yeah, get emotionally invested because I can't wait to drop this hammer on you. Get in there. Sad, right? Feel bad.
What they do to you at lunch?
Put milk on me and put hands up my clothes.
Mm.
Right up.
No, get in there. Get in there. Get emotionally invested like I was. Get in there.
Why did they do it to me? And I'm pretty sure no one did they do it to other people. 'Cause it's not okay.
It's not okay. It's not okay.
Different. Don't need to be criticized about it.
Sad as hell,
I
right?
think I'm laughing because it's killing me inside to watch it.
Sad as
It's
hell. No,
incredibly
no,
painful.
no, guys, trust me. It gets better. It gets better.
Don't let it bother you. Stay strong, I guess.
Stay strong, I guess.
I think he said they suck.
But I'll probably get better one day.
Sad as hell, man. Sad as hell. So a bunch of celebrities see this video. They start like
Jesus.
bunch of pro wrestlers, bunch of NFL players, NBA players, inviting him to games, inviting him to.
Hold on one
God
second.
damn it, Alex. Well, I'm just fucking with you.
For language.
It's all good.
Shut up.
So they're all these NBA players and NFL players were reaching out to him about like how they were bullied when they were younger and like, don't bother him and da. They're like inviting him to like come to NBA games, NFL
I
games.
saw
Fucking
somebody retweet or tweet something like "Come to the game when you're."
yeah,
in
fucking
London City."
Captain America reaches out to him like, hey,
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans,
Yeah.
like, yo, we'll invite you to Infinity War premiere, all this type of stuff. So here's when the jig starts getting fishy, right?
Mhm.
So his parents puts out a GoFundMe link
Hot.
for, hey, donate to this kid, yada yada yada. We're gonna put it towards his
No
his
bullying
college
thing?
college funds and stuff like that, right?
Okay, yeah.
So UFC fighter by the name of I want to say Weidman or Joe something. I don't
Chris
know.
Weidman.
It wasn't Chris Weidman. It was some Joe something. I don't know. It invites him to a fight, right? It's like, well, I want to, when I was bullied, I learned Brazilian jiu-jitsu and all this other stuff. Like, we'll teach you. So the mom DMs him. Is like, oh, sorry, we just like money. It's like, that's odd. Why? Why would you? We're trying to help this kid. It's about the kid right now. It's really not about the money. He's like, yeah, well, I'm poor, but I'm not rich like you guys, so we just really like the money. So he screenshots the joint, right? Puts it out there, and then he's recording the video. And in the same DM, the mom goes, what happened to us whites sticking together and keeping these people away from us? Do a little bit more digging. They go into her Facebook page. Confederate flags flying, fucking Trump support type shit, fucking all this type of shit, right? All of a sudden, everybody's like, the whole thing blows up in his face.
Yeah. Fuck.
You know what I mean? And it's like, it all leads me to the Zebo thing about the bullies getting bullied type of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, how are you going to tell your... And apparently apparently the kid was saying some not so nice things about people of color.
So that's all.
That's okay.
Yeah.
And the jig is like, all right, first off, you not only did you like, exploit your kid
Yeah.
for money and fame or whatever, or going viral for whatever, but you are also not really learning a lesson about bullying. You know
right.
what I mean?
Like, he even said, "Why do you treat people like shit because they're different?"
yeah.
And so you're saying, so here's the thing. There's two different things. Like, the mom
Yeah.
can be a piece of shit, and then the
Oh,
kid can
well,
also be bullied.
Yeah, that's my thought.
right, and then still go through it. Now, if the kid is out here talking shit about, minorities,
Allegedly,
etc.
I didn't bring that up
Yeah, I
because
don't
it
know
hasn't
if
been proven.
Yeah, that's a
Right.
legend. And also, I still kind of feel bad for the kid because he doesn't know any better.
Yeah,
He doesn't
he's
know
not
He's
giving
just
better.
them
repeating
money,
what
yeah.
his dumb
And
bitch mom is saying.
And clearly he's got some physical handicaps,
And
right?
I also have a hard time believing he's that good of an actor
Yeah.
yeah,
that he could bully. That's like sociopathic, and I've never met a sociopath with a cleft palate.
That's Joaquin Phoenix levels of acting, bro.
I don't know, bro. That looked like. I mean, you guys have done TV a lot.
That's phenomenal.
that
If that's
kid-
Son, I
acting,
can't cry.
That kid was crying already when the video was rolling.
Of course.
Yeah,
That looked
'cause-
like the
'cause
fourth or fifth take to me,
they
bro.
probably caught him big time. Listen, I'll tell
That
you
looked like
this.
the fourth or fifth take to me, dog.
As people who have acted, even if that's your fourth or fifth take,
Yo,
give that
that's-
kid a
that's
fucking
hard.
Oscar.
Yeah, that's hard, bro.
I don't
Alright.
care how racist he is.
Yeah.
Put him in a movie.
I keep it. I
He
keep
could be
it.
in my movie anytime, bro.
I mean, I keep it a stack. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, if I'm a parent, the last thing I'm gonna do is if my kid is getting bullied, put that video
Mom is
online.
garbage.
So he get cyberbullied, because even like if you're getting all the support from these like famous athletes and
Right.
art and all that stuff,
Still
there's that other half of people
Yeah.
who are still gonna talk shit and laugh and like point them
Yeah.
out and all this other stuff. So it's like, why are you setting, like, is money that important that you're
Two
setting
things
yourself
can be
up?
true. That's all I have to say about this. Is that the mom can be a piece of shit that's taking advantage of her son, manipulating him, and trying to get some sort of monetary gain out of it.
Mhm.
And the kid could have a rough time at school because he looks kind of goofy. He's
Mm.
got scars on his head and he's got a scar on his lip. He
Yeah.
talks a little bit different, right? So, like, both of these things can be true. The mom is a piece of shit. Does that mean that we should treat the kid like a piece of shit?
Keep that same energy when we're talking about LeVar Ball. Then,
Real
if
talk.
that's how you're gonna hold it.
What do I say?
No, I'm just saying people in general.
No, but like,
'cause-
what do I say about what do I
No,
say
I mean
about LeVar?
we're all team Big Baller Brand
Exactly,
here,
but-
but I'm just saying other people have spoken just like you,
Yeah.
and they're just like, well, just because the parents a piece of shit doesn't mean the kid. But yeah, like motherfuckers are coming at Lonzo's neck, doing all the type of shit.
And I've said it on this exact podcast,
Mm.
and it's like, we talk even about Game of Thrones, but it's like, don't punish the son for the father's
Sins of the father.
Sins of the father.
Yeah.
And it's like, but even about Zoe, if we want to talk about it, like, this is an ideal kid.
Yeah.
So the kid likes to rap. What kid doesn't like to rap? We
cares?
all like to rap at that age. It was a fun thing to do. But he's a consummate professional.
Mm-hmm.
Shows up at every game. He tries his hard. So what? He can't shoot yet. Okay, he can't shoot. But
He's
in
a
every
rookie.
press conference, he's distinguished, eloquent. Like, he does nothing to criticize him, and you're criticizing because of the dad.
because of that. Yeah.
Now, I actually like the dad.
I
don't,
love the
I
dad.
don't
I'm not
like
a
this
huge
mom.
fan of the dad, but
Yeah.
Lonzo's such a good kid, it makes me look at LeVar differently.
Yeah.
And I don't care for LeVar, but you look at Lonzo,
Yeah.
and part of me was like, I would like to see him flame out. Part of me is like, nah, man, this is a good kid.
Yeah.
He's a good,
Yeah.
well-mannered,
Yeah.
wise kid, it seems like. And then I look at that kid, and I'm like, well, maybe LeVar ain't that bad. You raise a kid like this.
Exactly.
Well, yeah,
That's
yeah.
my thing. It's like if he's such a bad dad,
Why the kid so good?
all the kids are
Listen.
modeled kids from what I can see. So I say all that. I say,
stealing in China.
oh, whatever.
Yeah, kids
Well,
aren't-
he did
kids
snitch
aren't-
like a good kid.
kids
He was
might
like,
not
it wasn't me. It was them too. I just
No, he
joined
did?
in. Yeah, you didn't see the video? And he was like, yeah, they started it first, so then I just joined in and yada yada yada.
Oh, no, I
That's
didn't see
still
the
on
snitch.
Yeah.
That's still, now you raised a
Oh.
snitch.
Cass loves a snitch.
Good kid, man. Get your money.
All right, so with this kid,
So I
okay,
said-
his mom's a piece of shit.
Okay.
Mom's a piece of shit, obviously, for many reasons. Not
Mm-hmm.
only is she a racist, but she's also like, trying to
Exploitative.
get
Exploiting
yeah,
children.
exploitative of children, her son. And we don't know. Is the kid saying fucked up things? Until I know
Apparently,
that, I
the
can't
kid
judge
put
him.
out a press release, which is hilarious.
Kid didn't put out a
I
press
s-
release.
I
That's the
s-
thing. No, someone put out a press release
In the
for the
name
on
of
kid.
the
him.
kid. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kid didn't write the fucking press release.
I say all that to say this.
Yeah.
Zebo and Boogie Cousins, right? Bullies get bullied.
Mm-hmm.
We were all kids one day.
Yeah.
How did you ever get bullied? Did you deal with bullying before?
Yeah.
Like, what was
Yeah.
Akash? What was your?
I'm a little
experience?
dude, and then I moved in 11th grade. It was just a different town in Dallas, like a different suburb. But now there's mad brown people there. When I went, it was me, one other Pakistani dude, and then a brown girl named Natasha Singh, who I still have no fucking clue what she looks like. I just see her artwork in the hallway, get real excited, wonder if she was cute, and then I would never see her ever. But after 9/11, yeah, you went through some
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't, They hadn't seen me before. They had seen Mexicans, a lot of Mexican people there.
Yeah.
Hadn't seen me. So
Yeah.
you got bullied. And personally, I think it was actually good for me because enough of that happens, and I wasn't really that proud of being Indian until enough of that happened, and I was like, oh, I'm never gonna be them. I'm
Gotcha.
always different. So for me, it was and I think a very good experience in the end.
Okay.
So it gave you character or something.
It gave me a sense of, okay, I am different. That's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like, then I started getting really proud of my culture and my roots and all that stuff, and it turned out to be beautiful for me.
I mean, you guys are comics. I feel like a lot of comics go through some sort of bullying or like bully other people. But like, I don't know. Like when I grew up, and maybe this is my form of fucked up thinking. Like, it wasn't bullying to me. Like it was like when you're in the lunch table and you're just shit talking each other and like just like flaming each other.
Let's go.
That's just what we did. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like, oh, I'm putting this guy's fucking naked pictures on Facebook so everybody like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's
like
some
that's
cornball shit.
that's some
Yeah.
awful shit. But if
No, it
it's
was a
like
muscle, work
if
the
you're
muscle,
yeah,
yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
dog, if you're talking shit about how big my nose is and I
Yeah.
can't talk about like how you look like Howard the Duck or something like something. If we're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like snapping, like
Yeah, that
we're
ain't
just
bullying to me.
snapping. You know what I
That
mean?
ain't
But
bullying to me.
sometimes to some people, like looking back, they're gonna look at it and be like, yeah, like some people may not take it as well. Some people
Yeah.
probably put on a good face and like act like they're cool with it, and then when they go home, they're probably like telling their parents all the time, like, yeah, man, these guys keep fucking with me at school. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
That's bullying.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think I grew up in a similar environment as you in that like this what we just called jonesing bullying.
Yeah.
Or no, we just called bullying Jones and we just busting
Yeah,
balls.
we just call it scoring.
Yeah.
Et cetera. So like that was my expectation of friendship, to be honest with you.
Same.
And the rest of my life has been a kind of like how do I say, like a testing ground. Whenever I meet people, it's like, how sensitive do I need to be? How much do I need to accommodate your feelings? And if it's too much, I can't be your friend.
I
And
mean, we could be friends.
you're
But
better at
there's
this.
a certain level where I know I
just
can't
here's
really
the
put it
take
this way: I
myself.
can't go deep. Like what I'm trying to say, I can't go deep with you. Like even like right now, there's a group chat earlier today. We're all in our 30s, and we're all in our 30s. I just want to preface this, and successful people in this group chat. And my friend had hip surgery, and we just call him one hip, right? And today, shout out to my boy
Lovingly,
Jason.
though.
Lovingly, this is our boy. You know what I mean? Like I love this kid. I love his father. Like this is my boy. You know, we went to the fight. You see him on my Instagram. We were at the fight last week.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, but he had hip surgery because he's a piece of shit and he got a shitty ass hip, so we call him one hip. My friend drew a picture with his finger on the iPhone of a hip joint and just sent it to the group chat, and then they did a quote thing. All I got is one hip.
But that's what we did,
Bro,
though.
constantly, I
That's
can't
what we
wait
did.
for him to say a little thing because I have one. I'm just gonna be like, listen, you are a one-hit wonder. When you think about it, like, I already got shit ready
That's
for the
great.
next time he talks. Now he's trying to come back. He's destroying me,
Yeah.
saying I got a big nose. This, that. He's destroying my friend. Like we're just being viciously mean.
Yeah.
But there's something about that. Being viciously mean to each other, this kind of bullying that creates a closeness.
Yeah.
And
But
I
here's the
feel
difference
like I
between-
can say anything that I want to you. And once I feel like I can say anything I want to you without you being bad, I feel like I can be myself around you. And then I've created the comfort that I need for friendship. If I'm walking on eggshells, and it says the same thing in relationships too. If I'm walking on eggshells, I can't be comfortable. And then without comfort, I can't build anything with you. Serious. Anything serious.
Right. You're saying the foundation is built on eggshells. That's going to break.
Facts. There you go.
But with friendship as opposed to bullying, there's also a love. There's like, it's a love
We
and a
bully
hate
you.
thing.
If somebody else bullies you, we beat them
We'll
up.
fuck them up.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
Bullies
yeah.
aren't looking
That's
at it like
that's
that.
always fun when you're making fun of your friend and then like an outsider
Like,
goes,
yeah,
yeah, look at his
everybody-
nose. You're like, who the fuck are you? You fat motherfucker. That's our one hip. You don't call him one hip.
That's all we did. But there was also usually I think there's like, we get comfortable with each other, then we make fun of each other.
Yeah,
Then the more comfortable we are with each other, the more ruthless we get. Bullying is just, I don't know you, I'm gonna treat you like shit. Not any testing ground, just immediately.
Yeah.
That's bullying. This ain't
I've
bullying.
never understood that.
But I don't know. But I mean,
What does
I
that
think-
do? What does that
I
do for
kinda-
people? What do they get
It's
out
a
of
power
that?
thing, I think.
I don't
It's like
know.
Louis C.K. jerking off in front of people. It's a power thing.
So he was just a
He
bully?
just bullying.
Yeah, he was just bullying these
He
ones.
just bullying.
splashing off of them.
I just
It's terrible.
it's either bullying or it's cuck rape. One of the two. It's just
No, but I don't know. I think we
He's a
all just
bully.
like, it's weird because like I had like a different type of bullying growing up.
Yeah.
Like I grew up mostly in Staten Island before I went to high school in Jersey.
Yeah.
And while I was in Staten Island, it was mostly white guys, right? And their type
Italians.
of Italians,
Yeah.
the lots of Italians, and the way they fucked with me was just being the only black dude all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they would fuck with me like that. They would never like physically harm me though. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where we kind of get that leg up on, I guess, other people who may not be as like, I don't know, physically imposing or like do sports or anything like that. There was little certain things that, if you were physical or you showed that like you weren't to be fucked with, it would only go so far, right? So like to me, there was that one kid who did take it too far, right? Like fucking, I'll never forget it. I was in the schoolyard and I was with these pretty white girls and somebody threw a banana. Somebody threw a banana at my head.
Yo, Schulz almost spit up his water.
I'll never forget this shit, dog.
They even got bananas in
playing
Nigeria.
that-
Bro, no.
He brought it from home.
Get your
First off-
racism right, bro. You don't even got bananas out here, man.
First off, we do have bananas in Nigeria, you racist
I
ass.
thought bananas is coming from Chiquita.
You
I don't know where the fuck Chiquita at, but I didn't think it was
Oh,
Nigeria.
you ass.
Bananas come from Chiquita, bro. That shit.
Bananas a
He
lot of
wasn't-
places.
Also, he wasn't. Racists aren't smart enough to say, "Oh, he's Nigerian."
Oh, he
Yeah,
was just like
no.
black
He's
dude.
It was like they
Oh.
threw the banana at me,
Yeah.
called me a monkey,
Yo,
and then
son,
it was
that's like
like
European racism.
it was like,
son.
oh, all right. I got up. I chased him around the schoolyard.
Yeah.
My principal sees me. I'm not stop. Usually the principal says, calm down.
Nope.
Stop. I did not stop. I got him. I beat the snot out of him.
Yeah.
Luckily, these pretty white girls saw me.
Yeah.
Once that black, I pulled into the principal's office because it looked crazy. Big black man chasing this little white boy around.
Yeah,
beating the
yeah.
snot out of him.
Yeah.
Looks terrible, right?
Yeah.
Luckily, these pretty white girls were around. They came and they were like, no, he threw a banana at him and called him a monkey. He was like, this is what happened? It's like, yeah, but this is what happened. It's like, and he starts crying and then he was like, Kazim, go home. You're free to go. That kid got suspended.
Of course, he should
Yeah,
have got
and it's like, I
suspended.
mean, they wouldn't have believed me though. They
That-
believed
that
the little,
kid learned a
the little white
valuable
girls
lesson.
are my alibi right there.
Yo, shout out to white girls. You know, they're reversing the Emmett Till situation.
They could have bodied
yeah.
me, dog. They
They
could have
really coulda.
They could have put me under the schoolyard.
He was eating a banana, and all of a sudden, a white man walked by, and he started beating him up. We didn't understand what it was. No, but that
We
guy
got
learned
that.
a valuable lesson
Facts.
that you cannot, about prejudice just in general, right?
Uh-huh.
Which is like you can't just be prejudiced, but also if he was prejudiced, he would have known that you were faster than him. It's like
This is facts.
he wasn't racist enough. You know what I mean?
Facts, like-
if he was a real good racist,
Be
he
good
would've-
at racism.
Like,
If you're
yeah,
not
like-
racist, be
yeah,
good at
Like
it.
I was like 10 at the time. You're not gonna throw something and beat me in a foot race. Are you kidding me? And he had to-
African?
and he like
saying.
think about it.
They
He-
do.
like think about it. He threw it, so that means he had like a good couple steps head start. So I got up and I still I hawked him like he was like I was fucking Akeem Talib, dog. Like, just got on his ass.
Give me your chain,
I
boy.
was like, give me that shit, motherfucker.
Rip that stupid Italian
What?
horn chain that they all wear.
Yeah, man.
That bullhorn shit that Italians all have.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad. But yeah, no, sometimes bullies get bullied, man. And it's weird. It's weird. I don't know. Like I feel bad. And I don't know why we're gonna keep talking about the bullying stuff, but like I kind of feel bad, and I don't want to feel like that old guy that's just like, man, are kids just like soft now,
They
or
are
did
soft.
we really just what we were doing just considered bullying?
Yeah.
And people were just like tough enough to be like, oh, okay, these guys are doing it, but they're my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, there's a difference, man. You know the difference as a dude who talks a lot of shit and also went to redneck high school and was 5'2" and fat. You knew the difference between someone teasing you that was a friend and someone bullying you.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious. First of all, we all just sense energy. There's an aggression with bullying. Talking shit is playful.
Yeah.
Like we just laughed at Kaz, a very traumatic event in his life.
like I still remember it all
You
these
put
years.
yourself in that situation. That's an incredibly traumatic thing to happen. At age 10, that shapes your worldview.
Oh, facts.
We find that hilarious for that exact reason. But it's like a playful thing. It's
Yeah.
not like I laugh I don't know. It's just you know the difference. You just sense it.
Yeah, but I also think there's a fine line. Like, I think there's something about bullying that requires repetition.
Mhm.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
true.
Like if you every day are shitting on this poor kid, that's bullying.
Yeah.
But if someone says something dumb in class and you just got a funny response
And
to
how
what
do
they
you
said
take
that was
him
dumb,
saying shit back to you?
right? But like, if it's a one-time response to you saying something dumb, it's not bullying. It's you're just taking advantage of a
Right.
funny moment, right?
Yeah.
You don't have a personal vendetta against said person. But if a kid's like gay or some shit like that, and every day you're coming to school and you're calling them words, you're making them feel uncomfortable for that. Yeah, I guess that's bullying. I've just never understood that. I've never really seen that. Like,
Yeah, like I've never seen like someone's lunch money actually get taken from them.
There's a weird thing
yeah,
in New York.
yeah, it's weird.
There's a weird thing in New York. It seems like everybody's a dick to you, and then you're a dick back to them, and then that's
And they're like, I
what
like that
life
guy.
is. That's
Yeah.
how we interact.
Social contract.
Yeah, it's not. This isn't malicious. I don't hate you. I'm just a dick, and then you're a dick back, and then
Yeah.
we build a friendship via that
Being
route.
dicks.
Yeah.
We're all
it's
just a big family of dicks.
too many
Yeah.
people to be nice. It's like I think there's too many people in too small a place for politeness.
Mhm.
It's easy to be polite in the suburbs when you only see like 10 people a
I
day.
said that exact thing to you.
Yeah.
I can hold the door open for someone in Texas,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
there's
yeah.
one person walking through that door.
Yeah.
I hold the door open for someone
Absolutely.
at the Port Authority.
This is
outta here.
Die at the Port
this
Authority.
is something
Yeah.
that I always explain to people that come to New York City. They're like, how is it that you don't, how are the people are rude, et cetera, like that. And it's just like, it's not economically possible to be nice to this many people. You can't be efficiently get to your destination by saying hello to everybody and waving and doing all
Yeah.
these things. So we just ignore because that's how you move throughout your day. It's a really it's like fish. You ever see fish in the ocean? They don't stop and fucking say hello. There's 1,000
The
fish.
schools, man.
Yeah,
They're fucking
schools
moving,
just
bro.
like, yo, we out. You know
And
what
they're
I
all
mean?
synchronized like shit. Like,
Yeah.
nah, man, we got shit to do, bro.
I
We
don't care
moving.
about those sharks.
Ugh.
Anyway, so Zebo tried to let Boogie know that Boogie can't be a bully.
We're all back here again.
Yeah. I mean, there's not a lot to it besides the fact that Zebo, is a real certified street dude, and he let Boogie know.
Yeah.
That being
yeah.
said, Boogie will smash
Nah, I don't think so.
Zebo.
Yeah, but
in a
I
fight.
don't think so.
if it's just
I don't
fists,
think so.
How? No.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay,
Tell you
please.
why.
I'm running super late. I gotta leave
Boog-
right after this.
All right, I'll make it quick. Boogie's been a highly recruited player his entire life, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure he's been through some tough guy situations, but not like Zebo.
Right.
Like, Zebo got pinged this summer with weed.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Zebo was still
Man
very
made
much out
$100
here.
million still selling weed.
Motherfucker still has a burner phone.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got he's from I want to say Saginaw. Is he from Saginaw, Michigan? Or some real rough part of fucking Michigan.
Yeah.
There's a handful of real tough guys in the NBA. Zebo is right there. Like actual
Remember when y'all said
certified.
Draymond could beat up Boogie?
Yeah.
And I said there's no fucking chance.
Yeah.
Zebo got a chance. Draymond, you don't hear about Draymond fighting and like actually being like a thug type dude.
Yeah.
You hear that shit about Zebo.
Yeah.
Well, there's a difference between being a thug dude and being able to fight. I just don't see Zebo having the athleticism to fight.
He doesn't have the athleticism to be in the NBA.
That's the thing.
But
And
he
he's
still
built a
gets it
15
done.
Yeah,
Right.
He had 35
He got
last night.
35 and 13. Great game. Look, I love Zebo. I'm a big fan of his game, and especially the older I get, the more I appreciate guys who just don't have athleticism but
Yeah.
can get the job done. That being said, I think he might be a certified street dude. I think he might be willing to do street shit. I think he might be willing to take it there. But in a hand-to-hand combat situation, I just can't fathom him beating DeMarcus. DeMarcus Cousins is massive.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter a lot of times.
In a
dude.
fight?
Sometimes it does not matter.
Peace,
it does
man.
not
Be
matter,
good.
bro.
I gotta go.
All right, bro.
God bless everybody. Sorry, I gotta leave
Definitely.
early.
It's all good.
That doesn't matter a lot of times, man. Like Zach Randolph. Like, first off, look at the contrast from last week when Boogie went to the smoke with KD, right?
Oh, yeah.
On his face, all of this stuff. Like, this is the look of somebody who does not want the smoke. Right here. He is not looking you in the eyes.
Yeah.
He's like, man, I'm just not trying to get a technical foul, man. I'm trying to say. Like, and then when you see this clip, Zebo said, from where I'm from, bullies get bullied.
Yeah.
Bullies get bullied. He said it twice.
Yeah.
That second one was like, oh, he meant that shit. Like, he means people like you, I fuck up on the regular.
I don't know. There's something about it that makes me feel like he wouldn't do it. Like he might kidnap your family or like have somebody do that shit. Like like I don't think he'd take it there physically, but maybe he would have some goons do something to people you care about, so you don't want to step down. It's like the little dude. Like growing up, there was always a little dude that was maybe 5'3", but he carried a pistol.
Yeah.
And he had that Napoleon complex. He was about that life.
He
couldn't
always had to
wait
prove
it.
himself.
Exactly.
Always had to prove himself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like you don't fuck with because some crazy shit could happen.
Motherfucker's crazy.
Exactly. But you can beat him up.
Yeah.
You're gonna beat him up in the fight.
So you think he's the little dude with the pistol?
I'm not saying he's a little dude. He's fucking 6'10".
He's a massive man.
Massive man. That being said, I feel like he would go as crazy as somebody with a pistol. Because if you're worth $100 million and you're willing to still be involved in the drug trade, you're not going to be making the best
Allegedly.
decisions.
Allegedly.
Of course. Well,
Allegedly.
no. Factually, right?
Oh.
We saw he got caught with it.
Uh-huh.
Unless he bags up his own marijuana like vitamins. Do you have daily vitamins?
I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that one. I ain't no snitch. I ain't a snitch this week.
Not this see, he's
I didn't
crazy.
snitch this week.
You're not
Yeah,
switching when
nah.
it comes to the real ones.
You see, listen, I will snitch on child molesters all day long. I will snitch on child molesters all day long. D-boys, I'm good. I don't know nothing, officer. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking
See,
about,
the
bro.
fear works.
I'm good.
We got Loopy coming in. Hopefully, he's not going to be too late. But Loopy had a little beef with
KD
this week. So
that was intense.
yeah. Yo, you know who's playing incredibly well?
Who?
Your boy. Your boy James Harden is just playing
Oh boy.
so cute out here.
He's been
Yo, he's
playing
been cute.
some real cute
He's
hoops
been playing
lately.
some cute ass hoops, bro. Yo,
Listen, I seen him do something to the Trailblazers this week.
you saw when he made my man do a split.
Oh my god.
But cute though, he didn't drop him.
Nah.
He like placed him there like a ballerina.
Like he laid him down very slow.
soft.
It wasn't like a violent ankle break.
Nah,
Because here's the thing: when you're guarding James Harden,
Yeah.
you're not like
No.
He just lulls you to sleep, and then you reached one time too far.
Yeah.
And it's like boop, gone.
Yeah, and he did like a yoga pose. It wasn't
It was
like
cute.
It was so cute. Yo, it was adorable. Like,
Oh, look at that.
I watched the play and I literally was like, aw. Aw, you incredible offensive player, you.
This guy, man.
Look how adorable he is.
But you know what? We need to keep the foot. I think it's our responsibility
Okay.
of this show
Yeah, talk to me.
to keep the foot on the necks of the media to make sure James Harden gets his MVP. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if we get to a point, like, his game is so cute. It's the cutest game
It's
ever. right?
cuddly.
It's super cuddly.
It's a labradoodle.
But I feel it's it's a little poodle. It's one of these
Yeah.
things, right? It fits in your pocket. It's beautiful.
You
want
want
to
to go like
kiss it.
that.
It's
You want to go like that. Hey, little
Cutest little game. But I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
James Harden has a type of game
Yeah.
where all it would take is like a 1 or 2 week insane stretch from like a LeBron James, a Kyrie Irving, a Stephen Curry. Then they'd be like, oh man, he's the MVP. You know what
For
I mean?
Steph Curry or LeBron to be the MVP and not James
And not
Harden.
James
Yeah,
Harden.
Yeah, everything's working against
For
him.
some reason, and we spoke about this before,
Yeah.
there is something where people don't have him looking the part as an MVP player for some reason.
We already said why.
And we get it because
It's a cute.
It's
He's
cute.
a cutesy game. I personally, you disagree, but I personally think he's the best offensive player in basketball.
I disagree slightly, but not
But
too
he's
far
up
off.
there. He's
yeah,
up-
it's like you're not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna die on the sword for that. I'm like, all right, I'll
Exactly.
ride with that.
Unbelievable offensive ability. It just happens to be less ferocious.
Yeah,
Less. What would you call Kyrie's game? I wouldn't call it ferocious, but
I would say Kyrie's more relentless. You know what I'm
Relentless,
saying? Like,
okay.
He has that type of game where it's like there's been times this season he does look like a 6'2" Kobe. Where
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
he looks like Kobe just in a smaller package, and it's like we've seen that before.
Yes.
I can see that being an MVP type player, especially when you have the story of this new band of brothers in Boston, and you lost Gordon Hayward, and you're the top team in the East, and
Yeah.
you're beating teams soundly, and you got these young pieces. They're the third or fourth youngest team in the entire league.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like I can see, and Kyrie took on that challenge of
Yeah.
leaving the current Eastern Conference, the best team in the Eastern Conference, to go and become the best team in the Eastern
Yeah.
Conference.
Yeah.
I can see why people look at that and be like, that's the MVP. But we just take his game, his cute game, for granted.
Looking
so
at it
much.
objectively, removing cuteness from everybody's game, removing the adjectives from everybody's game.
Uh-huh.
MVP at the moment.
Of course, absolutely, and it shouldn't really be close, to be honest. But the thing is, when you look at, and I think that's probably the
Even
issue.
right now, he looks like he's about to pick up one of those, those little puffy flowers that you could just blow all the stuff away. What is
A
it?
dandelion or a dandelion?
I don't know if
or
it's a
something like-
dandelion, but it's one of those little. And
When you make a wish, and
yeah, you go.
and it flutters away.
That's when it's like when LeBron scores, it feels like thunder.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And when Harden scores, it feels like a pedal.
Feels like a daffodil.
Yeah, it's like he loves me not. You know what I mean? Like that's like every time he scores, he goes, he loves me. Like that's how I feel. That being said, he's the best at scoring.
He's the best at that shit.
He's
man.
the best. It's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
top- yeah, he's
The
up
little
there.
step back three. I wonder if he was a righty. You know how like lefties always seem a little bit softer?
Yeah, I think so.
And it is weird because if you watch their game, if you watch their game in a mirror, their jumpers look normal.
Yeah.
It's just because we're seeing it with the left hand.
If you do it on 2K and you pick the James Harden, shooting form,
Yeah.
and just make it right-handed, it
It's
looks like normal shot.
Completely normal shot. But there's something about lefties when they shoot that it looks like they're way twisted. They're
Yeah.
twisted like a 45-degree angle. Like no lefty looks like he has good form.
Yeah, it just looks off. Like it's like, oh, that's
Odd.
Like it's different. Like when you're playing with, like you play a shit ton of basketball.
Yeah.
Like when you're playing with a lefty, it's like everybody, if you're playing defense, like you're trying to force somebody to the baseline or force them to a trap and all that type of stuff. But when you're playing against a lefty, you're just off balance a
Yeah.
little bit.
It's
And
like
it
they're
takes-
shifty, but they're not.
Yeah, and
They're
it's
just
even
left-handed.
and even if it takes that extra second for you to adjust to a left-hander,
Yeah.
a guy like James Harden, that little extra second is all you need. Like
That's
that
it.
1 second is
Layup.
like boom, gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's weird. It's weird.
Here's
but-
the question. If he didn't have the beard, how cute would the game be? It would be an Instagram filter. There'd be little hearts floating around his face if he didn't have that beard. Thank God. I mean, he's kind of low-key brilliant to realize how cute his game was early on.
Yeah, he branded the shit out of that beard and made sure that was essential to not only his game. I almost think he has a psychological advantage to referees with his beard for some reason.
Why?
Because like when he drives to the hoop, all he doesn't really like flail. He just kind of like jerks his head up.
The beard.
He just lifts the beard like, you know what I mean? And he gets to the line 30 fucking times a game.
Dude.
And it's like,
No, this is you got a great point. Not just the beard, the cute game.
yeah, I'm telling
Cute
you.
dudes get fouled.
Yeah. Look at
Tough. LeBron never gets fouled.
nothing.
You
He
got to
doesn't get it.
damn near decapitate LeBron for him to get an and one
You
call.
look at Porzingis now.
Shout out to Porzy. I like
He
his
gets
sweatshirt.
thank you. He gets to the line. He gets mad superstar calls now.
Yes.
Because everything he does is very cute. Little turnaround. Boom,
Embiid.
boom. Embiid.
Cute.
Every time.
Cute.
Touches. You know what I mean? Like, the beard is very much a part of his game. I honestly don't think he would get as many calls as he does if he was a clean-shaven basketball player.
I think he'd get more. I think he'd look even cuter. I think that the beard gives him a little bit of a tough look, but the game itself does lend itself to calls. He's not dunking on dudes.
No, I mean, he'll dunk on some dudes, but he's not like LeBron dunking.
No.
But who is LeBron dunking? He's not Westbrook dunking. He's not.
Fair enough.
Even KD's a little bit like when he gets to the rack,
Yeah, you're
he
getting
throws
tough.
it pretty hard. You know what I mean? But James is just very elusive and just like he moves like very slinky and just. It's just not. We like force. We like to feel like a player is a force of nature.
Yeah.
When they're going to the hoop, that's why we loved Westbrook last year. That's why LeBron's the shit. That's why we love.
Want consent in every other aspect of life. We are all about consent on
Except
this
our
show.
MVPs.
But except our basketball player.
Yes.
We want you going to the rim non-consensually. It should be #MeToo every time you dunk a basketball.
You want to take it to the hole with the ferocity?
With-
No, I'm not touching
Yes.
that. I'm not touching that one. I'm letting that
No,
go.
but for
I'm letting
real,
that go.
what do we love about Westbrook? It's like somebody tried to deny him. I mean, what do we love about dunks in general?
Dunks in general are fun to watch because they're ferocious.
Someone's
They're
trying
hard.
to stop you
Yeah.
and you overcome.
Mhm.
It is war.
It's like you're punching somebody.
It becomes
It's a punch.
it becomes boxing for a
For a
fraction
split
of a
second.
moment. Yeah, it's
That's
not
why
a
people
metaphor for fights.
That's why people getting dunked on look so great because you look like you're literally getting punched
Knock
in
the
midair.
fuck out. You fall to the
You know what I
ground.
mean?
You get to stand
Stand
over
over
them,
them
like
and
Ali
shit. Yeah.
over who was it? Liston.
Sonny Liston
Yeah.
and shit. Like that's why we love dunks, and James Harden's never been that type of like dunker.
But is it something we're holding against him?
I don't
Probably
know. The media is not us.
not us. Because
He is our MVP.
game,
Goddamn it.
game recognized game for real.
Facts. Big
You have
facts.
anything to say about Baker Mayfield? How do you feel about this kid?
If Baker Mayfield looked like Lamar Jackson, he wouldn't be the Heisman.
So it's so the stats don't justify it.
No, the stats justify it. But if
But
I
it
hate-
wouldn't be as
I hate
exciting.
to make it
The racial argument.
racial.
Listen, race plays a part in
Race
everything.
plays a big part, especially in college football.
Sure.
Especially at the quarterback position.
Here's what I'll say about like making the argument for race. I think race plays a part in everything. What troubles me is when people deny any other argument.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
let's talk about the racial argument, and then let's talk about the
No,
other
I'm
possibility.
I'm
not saying you would do that, but there are certain people that are so tied and tethered to only the racial argument, you can't bring up something else.
all I'm saying about Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson is, all right. Granted, Baker Mayfield taking his team to the championship playoff, had a bunch of amazing Heisman moments, which people talk about. You know, what I mean, he has the numbers to back it up. Like, obviously, obvious choice to be the Heisman winner, right? That being said, if he's over here grabbing his dick after throwing a touchdown, planting a flag on the opposing team's field, talking crazy, like just being like being full nigga, being a nigga, you know what I mean? Like if Baker Mayfield, like if anybody else, if Lamar Jackson acted like that, he would be top. They wouldn't even invite him to New York. They'd be like, oh, well, he put up good numbers, but no.
So
you know what I'm saying?
His off the field antics don't count because he's white, whereas a black dude's off the field antics would
counts
count
for everything.
much higher.
And not even off the field. This is on the field.
You know,
this is on the field.
outside of playing. Is what I'm trying to
like
say. Outside
the
of statistics.
extracurricular
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like the stuff that makes you
But
bigger.
that's the shit I love the most about
than-
this kid.
No, I mean I
I
love
know
it too.
nothing about his game.
That's the thing. I love it too, but and that's my thing. Like,
I saw him at the Dougie.
He is, I seen him like in the and I love his story. He was a walk on and all this type of
Like
shit.
kind of a walk on though. I heard. Like I think he had a scholarship to Tennessee or something like that, and then he fucked that up. And then they're like, listen,
Fucking up the story, ESPN.
That's the thing. No, ESPN
Fucking up
made
the
it
story.
cute. So I think he had a scholarship to a school. Then he fucked that up through I don't know. I don't want to say exactly what it was because I don't know. But he fucked it up. This is my understanding. And then OU was like, hey, we'll give you a shot to make the team. And if it works out, then we'll hook you up with a scholarship.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
it's not like it's not the what is it, the JJ Watt story where he just walks off a farm and becomes the greatest defensive player in Wisconsin history.
He just happened to be like carrying bottles of yarn. It's just like, hey.
It's the air up there.
It's like just chopping wood and shit. It's like, hey, would you like to play defensive end? He's like, me play football. So I love Baker Mayfield. And this is why Flagrant 2 is the type of place for Baker Mayfield. He reminds me of Johnny Football.
Let's
And
go.
I love me some Johnny Football, dog. Like I wish Johnny Football worked out in the NFL. I wish he did. I know he was small and all this other shit and had other stuff going on off the field that fucked that up. But like, I want my athletes to be honest.
Yeah.
Be honest.
Yeah.
That's all we want from our athletes, though. That's why we love LeVar Ball. That's why we love Kobe now. That's why we love when LeBron is calling himself the king of New York.
Yeah.
That's why we love Conor McGregor. That's why we love Floyd. We love our athletes to know that they're the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you are. You are. You know what I mean? And then if you think you're the shit and somebody disagrees with it, all right, prove it to me. And then we like that guy who proved to you that you weren't the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like I'm all for it. I love it. I love the bravado. I love the shit talk. I love the swag that he plays with. I love all that shit, man. And it's like,
You know who else loves it?
oh,
The NCAA.
of course they
who
do.
else
You
does
know
it?
what?
ESPN. Because those ratings are going through the roof.
Absolutely.
When you plant a flag on someone
at
else's
Ohio
50-yard line
State.
at Ohio State.
Ugh.
We watching that game, bro.
Yes, dude.
And we're gonna watch the next game that you're gonna play. You're actually doing ESPN a favor because now they don't have to promo these games as much as they had to before.
They don't need to tell a story. They don't need to pull something
You
out
just
their
created the
ass.
story.
They're just like, boom, we got this. You know what I mean? And it's like every year there's a guy in college, or every couple of years, or every maybe 4 or 5 years, there is a college football player who is more famous than most NFL players. You know what I mean? There's like you had your Brian Bosworths at one point.
Yeah.
You had your Deion Sanders at one point. You
Reggie
had your Reggie
Bush.
Bushes.
Yeah.
You had your Johnny Footballs, your Vince Youngs. These
Yep.
guys were there like rock stars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Baker had that rock star type of season where it's like, dude, you earned a Heisman. I just wish, I really do wish black quarterbacks got the same type of leeway
Yeah.
as far as like having a little bit of swag and attitude to them that a guy like Baker Mayfield or Johnny Manziel would
So you
have.
think when a black quarterback does have a little swag and attitude that they get criticized?
Oh,
for it?
dude, Mel Kiper and all those draft guys are like, oh, well, we don't know if we don't know if this is gonna pan out in the NFL. There's some things off the field. Da, 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 da. Like, yeah, they'll say the same shit about Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
But then they'll preface it with, but his teammates love him, and you want a guy like that. He's got moxie. He's got this, that, and the third. And like that happens to a black quarterback, and it's like, dog,
Yeah.
they're talking about LeVar Jackson might not even play quarterback in the NFL.
Really?
They're like, oh, well, he might make a great wide receiver. Well, why? Why? Because he's fast?
Yeah.
Because he's like,
But
he's
that
the
does
fucking
happen.
quarterback. Let him
That
play.
does happen, though. You have a lot of people change position in the NFL,
And that's fine.
regardless of race and just regardless of
And that's-
position.
and that's
certain guys
totally
are
fine.
What is it? Certain guys are D linemen in the NFL, and then they become linebackers because they're just not tall enough.
Oh
or
yeah,
big
of
enough.
course.
Yeah,
So you got like Chris Hogan. I think Edelman was a quarterback in
yeah that's right. Yeah,
in college and stuff like that. At Kent State, like a lot of really successful. Terrell Pryor,
yeah.
awesome
I think
Ohio
Adam
State quarterback.
Thielen, the
Yeah,
white guy,
for the
was
Vikings.
was
Yeah.
a quarterback either in high school or college.
It
yeah.
happens a ton.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is like, why are they so quick to throw that out there for LeVar Jackson's
Yeah.
and just not let the motherfucker play quarterback like he's
I
done
don't know
his whole
enough.
life.
I don't know enough. Is he accurate enough?
The only
Does
thing
he
they
play within a
say-
system? Like, listen. I assume a lot of times these people have sports like this down to a science.
Yeah.
That's my assumption
Yeah.
because I don't know as much as they know.
Uh-huh.
So if I hear an expert talking about a change of position, regardless of race and regardless of position on the field, it's well, yeah, gotcha.
yeah, Charles,
yeah. Regardless of race and regardless of position on the field, I'm going to assume that they have some argument to be made besides, oh, we don't think black guys can be quarterbacks.
No, but there's always just that extra scrutiny to it. I'm not saying that they don't.
I'm not
think
saying it doesn't
they
exist.
can't. Yeah.
I'm just saying I'm going to give them at least a benefit of the doubt to convince me.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what it is about LeVar Jackson that Lamar Jackson.
I think
because
the
you don't-
only thing that they've said about Lamar Jackson is that like he doesn't have the quarterback build, right? Like he's not big enough to be like.
Which the
if
same
you-
thing they
which-
said about Manziel.
which
and,
is-
and they're kind of saying it about Baker.
They're
They're
saying
like,
about
he's
Baker.
short, he can't look over the line.
But it's like, dude, you look at the NFL right now. You got Russell Wilson, who's 5'10".
Yep.
Drew Brees, one of the greatest quarterbacks ever.
Yep.
5-something.
Yep.
You got who else? I mean, like it's not so much a science anymore, dog. Like as far as like. People's hand size and how tall you are and all this type of shit. It's like, dog, like
There
if you
are
can play, you
outliers.
can play.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're not that tall and you're freakishly fast like Lamar Jackson is,
Yeah.
like Russell Wilson was, like Michael Vick was,
Yeah.
like you can make up for that type of shit.
I think,
But-
but I think that what the organization looks at is a situation like with what's it called, Wentz.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
And they're just like, look, we know you can get out of the pocket. We know you can run. We also know you can get injured doing it.
yeah,
So
that is
we would,
true. That is true.
I just think there's a lot of things that go along here, but I do agree with you. There's a certain attitude that is permissible, or at least it appears is permissible amongst white players, and not so much with black players.
Yeah, I mean, it happens with not even just quarterbacks. It happens with just look at Gronk. Like Gronk fucking just drilled a dude
Yeah.
on the floor. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, well, we're only gonna give him one game because he doesn't really have that reputation. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
And like if he's out partying, drinking, oh, it's just Gronk being Gronk. And
Sure.
then we all love Gronk. I love Gronk.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
All I'm saying is keep that same energy.
I'm with you.
through
I like
everybody.
consistency.
Just
Yeah.
be consistent. It's like if you're gonna say that's just Gronk being Gronk, then say that's just JR being JR.
Yeah.
That's just Nick Young being Swaggy P being Swaggy
Yeah.
P.
Or
That's-
like Indomnik Suh being Indomnik Suh.
Yeah.
Is he a dirty player? How many times do you have to do it to be a dirty player?
My thing is this: Gronk. If that was perfect from the
Yeah.
Bengals,
Yeah.
that did what Gronk did.
Forget it. Yeah.
Oh my God, he's out of here for 5 games.
Yeah,
Talk less
yeah,
of
yeah.
1.
Yeah.
And the motherfucker got the nerve to appeal it. Like Gronk got the nerve to appeal it. Like, dude,
Yeah.
we saw you go
first, yeah.
and drill
Hulk out.
yourself
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
into the dude, and the dude gets a concussion. And this is the league trying to like protect like players and like concussions and all that shit. It's
Yeah.
open season on that shit.
Should a player's past history affect the punishment? I mean, that happens in the court of law. Should it not happen in football?
To an extent, but I also do think there could be exceptions to the rule when it comes to intent. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes, if your sole intent was to injure, which was Gronk's
which was
sole,
the
it's
motherfucker
different.
admitted it afterwards.
Exactly.
He was like, I got angry and I
A
lost my
rough
cool.
play is different.
Yeah.
A rough play within the game is different.
Yeah.
Like the play that injured Shazier.
Yeah.
Right?
That was
Like,
just a rough play.
It was, but not necessarily an illegal play.
Yeah, exactly.
It just was kind of freakish the way his head hit him, etc. But he was within his rights to make that very hard block. What Gronk did was after the play had stopped.
the play was done. He was
completely
out of
defenseless.
bounds.
He's out of bounds. Nothing could happen to this besides an injury.
Yeah.
That's exact. Maybe intent.
Yeah, I think intent should really overrule that type of shit, especially when it's like, but you know that's the Patriots. The Patriots cheat; they get away with everything, so I shouldn't be that surprised. But it's fucked up, and it's like I just really wish that when it comes to white football players and black football players that are big beaming personalities
Yeah.
and like all that type of stuff, that they aren't that it was just a level playing field when
Yeah.
it comes to judgment, when it comes to public opinion, when it comes to any of that stuff. Like it just doesn't seem
Here's my
fair.
question: if Russell Wilson made that after the play hit, does he get the same treatment as Gronk?
To me, yeah.
I think he does.
To me, yeah.
I think he gets the
mean,
benefit of the doubt.
I think he has the benefit of the doubt, but it doesn't mean he shouldn't be out for 3 or 4
Agreed,
games.
agreed. But like, there's something about his reputation that is sanctimonious, right?
This goes back to last week.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, Russell's, a black athlete, but it's like, it's
Is he looked as culturally white?
he's not looked at as threatening.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
He doesn't
he's not
fit like a
looked at as
stereotype. Yeah.
He doesn't look like he's in the same boat as Stephen Curry to me. Where it's like he just doesn't look threatening. He's you're black, but you're not like, you're not like Draymond.
He's not hood.
You're not Richard Sherman.
Right.
You're not Marshawn.
Yeah.
You're not,
Why does Sherman fall into that category? I've never understood that.
Stanford educated cornerback.
No, but that's what
everyone
I-
looks at him. I mean, he's from Compton. People assume, all these other things about him.
But
it's
did
like,
we even know he's from Compton? I feel like he had that rep before anyone knew he was from Compton. Always eloquent. I never,
Super eloquent.
But I never had that idea of him. That's what I don't understand.
what people do.
And this is purely off of image.
Hey, people look at. I don't know what it is.
All I'm saying
with
is,
certain
tell
folks
me
and-
what it is because you're looking at Russ,
Uh-huh.
you're looking at Wilson, and then you're looking at Sherman, right? The difference that I'll see between these two guys is a hairstyle.
Yeah, I'm about to
It's
say
really
like
not
the
the
dreads
skin
or
tone-
something, and it's I don't know. It's Russell Wilson doesn't carry that type of aggression that Richard Sherman carries. Like
But
some
is he?
people still
Oh,
see.
so
some-
Richard Sherman is a little bit more passionate.
Yeah, some people still when they think of Richard Sherman, the first thing you think of is that NFC Championship game when he's I'm the best cornerback you get yelling. You know what I mean?
There
Like,
is
that's
something to
still-
that. Yes,
That's
yes,
still
yes,
fresh
yes.
in people's minds.
Yes.
So it's like it's not like he didn't curse at nobody. He didn't say nothing crazy. He was just like, yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl. I'm the best. Don't you ever try me. Like throw the other side, Kaepernick. like shout out to Kaepernick. That was football commentary. That was nothing else. That was just football commentary. That is all. But yeah, man, like it's crazy, man. Like it's a lot of weird double standards when it comes to the optics of football players and how they're looked at. Like, one person could be seen as the all-American boy, and the other person could be seen as a thug. They could be doing the exact same things.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
I don't know if we look at Baker as the all-American boy. I think
But
we look
he-
at him
he
as
looks-
kind of a fuck up.
he looks like a good old boy to some people.
Yeah.
There's some old white dudes that are like, well, yeah, I got a nephew just like that. Sometimes
Yeah.
he's a little bit of an asshole, but we love him. What are you gonna
Yeah,
do?
yeah,
You know what I mean? They say the same thing about Gronk. They say the same thing about Manziel. They say the same thing about a lot of players. You know what I
Maybe
mean?
that's why black people don't, or people who have more black friends don't have those same sentiments about a Sherman, because they're like, oh yeah, I got a nephew that's just like that, he's a sweetheart. I got it. No, but for real, right? Maybe it just comes down to like really not knowing somebody.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't thrown off by that.
There's
by
no
Sherman's
familiarity
antics,
with a lot of
because I'm
people.
familiar with this.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a weird thing. It's being cocky is what we did growing up here in New York.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
literally were more arrogant to hide our insecurity. That's how you lived.
Yeah.
I'm the shit. Always.
I'm gonna show you I'm the shit.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah. Constantly.
My thing is there's a lot of familiarity. Like, if you're an audience member, you're watching TV or watching these
Yeah.
sports, what I mean? Like, there's a certain familiarity that you have with certain people that if you could see somebody on TV and be like, I can relate to that guy, or I want to have a drink with that guy, or I
Yeah.
want to do that. You could know him from a hole in the wall, but if there's the optics of that, then it works out. Then it's like, oh, okay, it's fine. Like,
describing
a lot of
politics.
shit could pass. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But you could look at somebody doing the same thing, but he looks like somebody that you're really not familiar with, or you didn't grow up around to do that.
Sure.
Oh man, this guy's I don't know. I mean, he's a great player, but they say some things about him.
Bro, you see it in politics all the time. Everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people got allegations.
allegations.
And the ones that we have a problem with are on the other side of the aisle.
True.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
every liberal is like, these Republicans are out here, sexually assaulting women. And then you say something like, well, you heard Bill Clinton had a few, sexual assault
Like, hey,
accusations,
whoa,
some
hey,
rape
whoa,
ones.
hey.
Oh, but that's different. He's likable, and I agree with his politics.
Played
Yeah.
saxophone on the Arsenio Hall show. I love that guy. That's
Exactly.
my guy. So it makes sense. But I don't know. We're all human at the end of the day. I just like consistency. I just like people to keep the same energy around me as they always do.
Agreed.
And if they don't, it's
So we got Loopy here.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's here.
Oh yes, bring him in, man.
I told him just to come to Studio 5. So Loopy, you want to check to see if he's there? Yeah, thank you, Alex. So Loopy, for people who don't know, how do we describe Loopy? Loopy is like the
The greatest.
unofficial Knicks mascot. He might be the greatest Knicks fan in
He's
history.
the greatest Knicks fan in history.
I agree.
More than Spike Lee.
Oh,
more
way
than Michael
more.
Rappaport. More than the guy from Baby Driver. Angela. Whatever the guy is. Loopy is the
Yo.
voice of the New York Knicks.
That's what he is. He's the
He's
voice of the New York Knicks,
Yeah.
and it would I feel like it'd be foolish not to bring Loopy here, especially after the week he had, because Loopy was on Instagram. You could check out his Instagram. I think it's like the Loopy
The
blogger.
Loopy blogger.
There's some
underscore, I
underscores
think.
there.
Yeah.
Just go check it out. You'll find it for sure. And he was on Instagram talking shit about Kevin Durant when Kevin Durant had that little altercation with Boogie Cousins. And all of a sudden, lo and behold, who slides in
in
Loopy's
the
DMs?
DMs. Not the NBA, the reigning NBA Finals MVP.
MVP and NBA champion Kevin Durant slid in the DMs of Loopy motherfucking
Yeah.
Blogger. What's up, boy? I know you're not eating on camera. Come on, sit down, dog.
I miss you, Andrew.
I miss you, my G. Have a
yeah.
seat.
Michael, man. Kaz,
That's
let's go,
Kaz.
man.
Good.
We're all
Yes, sir.
familiar with you over here. Come
Yo,
sit down
we-
right
don't
here in this
step on your
chair. What up,
sandals,
yo?
bro.
Come on in. Close the door. Come on. You can have a seat right there.
We live, man. We recorded too, so
Yeah.
let's get to it, man.
Yo, man, that's your mic right there. You could come
Is me
pull
right?
in a little bit more. No,
pull right
no, the other way, Come closer to Kaz,
Okay.
and then come closer to me.
Okay.
Slide closer to the table.
You.
Good.
Okay.
Good. You need that moved closer to you, the mic. So
cool, I'm cool.
Alex, can you adjust that just so
Good
he
money.
could speak right into it? All right, so we're just setting up the situation. We got Loopy here, and
Voice of the New York
it's
Knicks,
the
man.
voice
Yes,
of the
sir.
New York Knicks.
Well,
Now,
it is.
Kevin Durant slides in the DM. Dick pic or no dick pic?
No dick pic, thank God. 'Cause these black guys are holding. Pause. And the only reason I know is because all my sisters love black. You feel me? So they're holding. I got a nephew that's fucking like 13, and he's already like he weighs more than me. He's taller than me. His penis is probably bigger than me. His penis is definitely fucking probably heavier than me, man. So
How many dudes did Loopy
I was
bring?
about to say, first off,
Yo, they keep coming in the room.
we brought all of uptown.
Brought the
here.
whole- every
I don't
undercover
know.
policeman in New York City just walked in.
Yo, can
we
I
have
say that?
we have a small operation here,
Yeah.
fellas.
Yo, where I'm from, Andrew Schulz matters. So it's like, yo, we going to see Andrew, baby.
I respect it. I
It's
respect
like an
it,
interview,
man.
but it's like a fucking. It's like he's doing a live show type shit with you, you know. And y'all
Yeah.
get it in. I
Nah,
love it.
fuck it.
I love
With
it,
it, man.
Welcome,
With it.
fellas. Welcome,
Yo, thank
man.
you for having me, Andrew,
course,
man,
man.
Kaz, man. I appreciate
My
you,
man, good to finally
So
meet
tell
you,
us
dog.
what happened, yo. Tell us what happened with this
All right.
Kevin Durant shit.
So I was awake already at 7 in the morning because I take my kids to school every morning.
man. all right, look at that good dad.
I'm there. Yeah, I'm a great dad,
That's,
man. One thing about me, I could be a piece of shit of a junkie, but I'm a great fucking dad. So I'm taking my kids to school, man, and I throw on Sports Center. Even though I hate Sports Center, I always fucking watch them. So I'm seeing KD getting bullied, bro. He's getting bullied by Boogie, you know, and it was like. When Golden State stood up, it's like when he wanted to act tough and this
Yeah.
and that, blah 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 blah. So I saw that and I was like, yo, you didn't want no war with Boogie, man. Stop it, bro. He would have folded you. And people are coming in my comments telling me, yeah, you weigh about the same weight. He's a ball player. I'm a.
He's 7
also
feet tall.
7 feet tall.
Yeah, he's 7 feet tall, man. He's fucking like, yeah, come on.
No, he's built like Slender, man.
Yeah. So I called him Roman Noodles. You know, I told him he blew a 3-1 lead.
Show the text.
Yeah,
Where is it, yo,
yeah,
Alex?
y'all
You
got
got
it?
it.
Yeah, let's pull up
Yo,
them
this
texts
shit
real
is so
quick.
funny, man.
Yo, he was
Because
definitely.
you
look,
went
check him
to
out.
his
Look.
neck. Look at this
But
shit.
look,
right
I
here.
was wait. This was 12 o'clock that I
Yeah,
dropped
yeah.
the video because I was up already. But he said that I didn't. He was like, you
So
in bed,
hold on, real
homeboy.
quick. So Kevin Durant goes, "You in your bed, homeboy. Brush your teeth before you start thinking about another man you don't know." Right? Then Loopy responds, laughing my ass off. Y'all blew a 3-1 lead, bozo. He goes, then you went with the enemy.
So that's why you mad? How do you sleep at night?
Yo,
Great view, sick at night. I bet you. Yeah, I bet you got a great view. But
Probably does.
Yeah,
Probably
he does
does.
have a
Really
good
does.
view.
And I'm not mad. It caught me a little 5,000 followers. You know what I mean? So people love when I do sports, man, and I harass the ball players.
No, I'll tell you,
have you
man.
spoke to him since?
No.
This
I
is
spoke
the
to-
last message?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
I
Okay.
spoke to
I
Jared
want to see
Jack.
the one after. We're like, yo, can I get $10,000, bro? You gotta.
Oh, wait, time out. What did Jared
I
Jackson?
spoke to Jared Jack about it because me and him is cool. Courtney Lee's cool.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving, we cool. So I sent it to all of them. And Kyrie tells me, yo, he was like, yo, you're a sick bastard. Kyrie said, yo, he was like, I mean, Jared Jack was like, it's funny, but I can't endorse it because that's my homie. And I was like, yo, it was all love. He was like, nah, he probably forgives you or whatever. I was like, I didn't mean like that. I was like,
It's jokes.
he would have
It's
got folded,
jokes.
brother.
Yeah.
We having fun. We having some comedy fun.
Yeah.
And Courtney Lee just, as always, replies, laughing my ass off. And he appreciated
Yo,
it.
son.
This
Yo,
was
son.
wild.
Come
Yo,
on, yo.
Come on.
Oh.
Come
He look like a
on,
little
yo.
flat-chested lesbian.
Yo, he looks trans. He does, bro.
Yeah, I look like a young. Yo, let me say that. I'll probably get beat up.
That's crazy.
Nah, he doesn't want that with Boogie, but he knew he didn't want. Did you see when Boogie pulled up on him at the?
Yeah. He
after the
wasn't
game in
looking
the
at him. He
press
wasn't looking at him.
I would ignore him too.
Yeah, he was ignoring him. But then you see how the next day, or maybe a day later, Zach Randolph is at the foul line. With
Oh,
Boogie.
yeah,
we were just talking about that.
Oh, and he was.
Bullies get bullied.
He's a bully.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Zach Randolph's
Randolph's a
legit.
fucking bully,
Legitimate.
bro.
Yeah.
So everybody started DMing me the picture. Look at your man, he's a pussy. You know what I'm saying? So whoever I stick up for, if they pussy out, if I'm vouching for you, yo, I got mad DMs of everybody talking about, look at your man, he got punked, he got sunned, blah, 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 blah. But I didn't reply to nobody. It was whatever. I have fun with it. It was cool while it lasted. Like, people want me to keep going, but it's done, you know what I mean? Because I know he's not going to reply no more. He's seen the response it got, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So he's not going to
Who's the
I mean,
biggest
you'll
guy?
you'll
yeah.
be surprised who watches this show, man. He might respond again after he watches
No,
it.
not saying nothing towards y'all.
Oh, no. I
We
just
didn't
said-
take it that way. We
yeah,
didn't take
I'm
it that
sure.
way.
You know what I mean?
We
Y'all-
already
y'all
caught
look-
our we already caught our fair
But,
share heat
I
from
mean,
this show.
I mean him coming back at me like that. He knows I'm a screen shooter like a creep. People calling me fame whore. But this was different. It's not like he sent me a dick picture, pause, and I posted it.
Yeah.
I posted him getting pissed off. This is Kevin fucking Durant, the MVP of the motherfucking NBA 2017 Finals.
Yeah.
How can you not screenshot him?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I had to have fun with that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I knew Schulz was gonna love it and the
Oh, it
crew.
was great. Yeah, you sent it to me real quick. I
That
was
shit
like,
had
what
me
the fuck is this?
crying, dog. That shit had me crying.
I sent it to all my goons, man.
Bruh.
I miss.
This
That's one
was
thing I miss
different.
about Twitter. I'm off Twitter, but one thing I miss about Twitter is your rants, man. I had to
Oh,
get off.
you got off? They
I had
just
to get
deleted me
off.
finally.
Yeah.
They deleted you, but they
fin-
always.
They
I feel like
deleted
every
you.
other week
This time
you just
it
add a
was
new
cool.
underscore.
You know what it was? I think they'll give you 6 days off, but I think they gave you chances.
Yeah.
This time they really
What'd you
did.
put
Wait,
up?
what was the final straw?
It was when we beat the Heat. There was a Heat fan talking shit, and I was just talking shit back to him, and he reported my comments back to him.
What did you
Like,
say back to him?
You know, just bullshit. Yo, fuck you. Your mom got a dick. You know, bullshit. Regular shit. Yo, regular shit. Your mom really got a cock. And yo, he got pissed off. But he kept coming, and we were going to war. But he reported it, so he's no fun. That's not fun.
That's
Janine
whack.
Hill reported me before.
Who?
Jamil
Janine,
Hill?
yeah, Jamel Hill.
Oh,
'Cause I
damn.
she was always
Jameen.
coming.
Damn, I like
she was
Jamel
always
Hill
coming,
too, man.
She was always coming for the fucking Knicks, and I'm like, yo, like get off it. Like we suck. Like let me guess, we're the best city in the world, so we irrelevant. Like we're not balling. I don't see you talking about Minnesota, Sacramento, nobody. You're always shitting on the Knicks, and it's for ratings because it's New York, the best city in the world. And I just got fed up with it, and I sent her to hell.
What'd you say?
Yo, I
What'd
told
you
her
say?
everything. I told her everything. I can't
Tell
even say
me.
it. It was bad.
I
told
saw
her.
I saw some of the things that I
was
said.
like,
It
you
was
just
Tell
a
me.
bitch. You suck black
Oh.
cock. Everything.
Oh, Jesus
I was
Christ.
just going ham, and I didn't even have to say that. But like, you know, she looks like she likes black cock. You know, and she ended up blocking me, and she was like, she's gonna get some goons for me. She actually before she blocked me, she said some shit. She's a goon.
Nah, she actually is about that. Like
Yeah,
that's
she's
why I'm like,
about that
I actually like Jamil. And
She
like
got some
Jamil,
Zebo in her?
Jamil
She's
knows.
about that life.
Listen,
She's about. That
I would have
life.
pissed off. I would have
She's
pissed
definitely about that
off.
life.
Yeah.
So then her co-host, maybe 2 days later, like, come on, man, you don't got to be calling the female a bitch and this and that. I was like, bruh, y'all keep talking about my Knicks, bruh. It's not gonna stop happening. Leave us alone. And late, I've been watching the show lately. I don't see them nothing about the Knicks. Man.
As they should.
You know what I'm saying?
As
So
they should.
I think they're listening.
I mean,
You
I'll
know?
be honest, man. I'm a huge Knicks fan. Like
Yes.
half of my like the fun of the Knicks winning, especially against like a team like that I
Yeah.
grew up hating,
Yeah, yeah.
like a Pacers win
Oh,
or a
yeah,
Heat win,
yeah.
or like we play LeBron's team and
Yeah,
none of
yeah,
that shit. I'll look to this man videos like, and that shit get
Let's
me hyped.
fucking go!
I'm like, yo, let's go. Like, and you just start rattling off
Yo,
people's
I
names
went
and
to the
shit.
Garden. I went to the Garden. They actually put me in the Delta.
Oh yeah,
little
yeah.
Thing where
Yeah,
you
yeah,
met-
yeah.
meet the ball player. I was, yo, bro, everybody, yo, KP's. He got, I don't know, he got like two brothers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
you
brother,
got
yeah.
Martins
Little
and
younger one.
yeah.
3 divas.
Yeah.
Lance Thomas diva was there. Ron Baker was there. Noah. I was like,
And you met all the guys, and
Cameron.
they knew who you were.
I was supposed to meet Courtney Lee that night, but I had a ride, and they were like kind of rushing me, so I ended up leaving. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Speaking of the
It's like
mic,
the
though,
mic, yeah.
Courtney Lee, well, like he, the one who followed me and shit, and we spoke on the DM, and he told me that he wants to bring me in to the game after the game. The team wants to meet me and shit. Kyler Quinn fucks with me heavy since last year. A couple of them know who I am.
when I did your podcast, Nate Robinson called in.
Yeah,
That was
hell
cool
yeah,
as
hell yeah, hell yeah. That was
Yeah.
dope, man. I wish I was like more mature that day.
Why?
All
Dog, they
over the
haven't.
place.
I feel like even if they don't like do it officially, that have the Knicks not like reached out to you like in some unofficial
Nah,
capacity?
you know,
like,
I think I talk too bad, man.
You do.
but,
Yeah.
but
And it's
even like in
something I
an
thought about.
like I mean like no, I
They
get
would,
it.
They
I
would,
get
but I
it.
talk too bad.
Yeah, but
You
I,
can't be telling people their mom's got a dick.
Yeah,
And then the Knicks go, this is the official
Yeah,
fan
yeah, yeah.
of the New York Knicks. Jamila Hill's
Yo.
mom got a dick. I mean, like, but here's the thing. If you don't say those types of things,
Yeah.
you don't get the recognition
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
get.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's almost better to have that kind of unsaid connection.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, you
I'm
gotta
cool.
be.
I'm
Who was
kinda
the guy
cool
that
where
put
I'm
the
at.
money up for Rockefeller?
Kareem
Kareem Biggs?
Biggsburg.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be Biggs. Like you
Yeah.
got to be on the side. You
I'm
put the
cool,
money
I'm
up.
happy where I'm at.
Yeah, I think it's a great situation
Know what I
because
mean?
you have the fans. Like we always talk about this. You could be a man of the industry, a man of the people. But
Yeah.
like you're
Definitely
good
man
at
of
the
the people.
garden.
Yeah, hell
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like you
Hell
could
yeah.
hang out outside the garden and
Hell
you're gonna
yeah.
get dapped
I
up.
was out there with the robe, and they was going
That's it.
crazy
Done.
when I went with the robe.
Done.
That was the one that broke the ice when I was out there with the robe.
Yeah.
That shit was legendary. I loved it.
So it's almost better to do it separate because you're
Yeah.
gonna get the love from all the fans, you're gonna get the love from the people, and,
I
you
still
don't
get
have
the
to
love
be
from the
hindered.
ball players.
Of course, you're gonna get the love from the guys, but the organization
Yeah.
have a reputation to upkeep because they got tampons.
Yeah, Allen
to
Houston
sell.
see me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They got paper towels and stuff. Exactly. They can't be.
Houston was
Yo.
I was like, I'm a big fan, man. I love that shot you hit against Miami. He was like, fuck out of here. Miami who?
So like, what like started like your Knicks fandom? Like, I know it's one thing. It's just like
I
probably
know.
just growing up in
I
New-
always used to make videos on some passionate shit, ranting. And I remember there was just one game when we had Mike Woodson and we played Oklahoma. It was Kevin Durant, Russell. We had J.R. Smith. We had Mike Woodson. We had Prigioni. We were going. It was a fucking battle, and it was playoff implications for us. And we ended up winning the game, and it was an intense game. It was amazing. So I just made a video, just going crazy, bully the fuck up. Prigioni's taking your
bully
fucking
up.
cookies. Yo, that guy from the show on ESPN with his dad, he got a podcast. He ended up taking the video, and he made up a big story.
Libetard
Yeah,
show,
he
yeah.
made up. He
Yeah.
ended up making a story on how about I was from Miami, and so I went on Twitter and I fucking gave him I ripped an asshole in him. I was like, "What's wrong with you? Why you lying about me? I'm from the Bronx. I'm not a Pacers fan. I'm a big fucking Knicks fan. What are you talking about?" So then he started like try to swindle lies or whatever. But I had it on their podcast. That video made it to that. That video went like 400K like in 2 days, bro. That's what started everything. But then we lost in the playoffs. Then I came back the next year. I had a big I had like a meet and greet at 9A, and I had Knicks shirts for sale, Bully shirts, the colors of Knicks.
Tell them what 9A is for people who may not be.
That 9A's a bar, lounge, restaurant that's closed down now. It was across the street from Hudson River Cafe over there in Harlem.
Okay.
When you get off the West Side Highway. So, we're in there. We're playing. I think the Bucks that night. We're playing the Bucks that night. We're fucking going back and forth, but we ended up winning. I sold shirts. But then the year was a disaster. So my whole bully shit, just everybody was looking at me, you piece of shit. And like when I make my videos, I make them with a passion. It's not like I just do it to do it. Like, oh my God, yeah, I'm a big Knick fan. Fuck. It's a passion. Yo, go fuck your mother, Reggie Miller, Hakeem Olajuwon. You know, it's passion. Michael Jordan, I can't stand you. Pippen, cool coach. Like none of them. Steve Kerr. So. You know?
Yo, it's the ad libs that kill me. The ad libs is the one that kill me because he'll be like, let's fucking go, KP. I see you out eating this bully the fuck up. Like all the little extra joints where you naming the plays and the
that's
names
all
and shit, like,
right. That's all off the head. There was this one video. I'm telling you, if you see, you're gonna love it. It's called "Fuck You, Nick Haters." It was the first one. It was like Copeland, the X Factor, Prigioni's taking your fucking cookies, Mello, bully, J.R. Smith, bully, like everybody bully. That's when the word bully was born.
Yeah.
But then it kind of quieted down because we had a rough couple of years, 2 or 3 years. But then last year we got D Rose and everybody's talking slick, so I started talking, making videos, and it started getting crazy. I ended up meeting you. I ended up meeting Rappaport. I started meeting a lot of guys from blogs, from ESPN, blah blah blah. Yo, it just got crazy, bro, and it's here now, and it keeps coming. So we're 13 to 13, we're looking good. I'm having fun, and my kids are passionate about it now. Like they're becoming huge Knick fans. My daughter's 6, my son is 10, and they're huge Knick fans right now.
Where are your kids when you're making the videos?
That's a
they're
good
sleeping,
question.
They're sleeping.
Yo, but they don't wake up when you hit it. Eat a dick! Bully the fuck up!
To be honest, like sometimes if they're awake at that time, their mom will take them out the apartment.
Really?
Yeah,
So
they
you
should
do
take
a
them out
couple
the apartment.
takes. What about your neighbors? Do you ever get like?
To be honest,
Yeah.
I do a one-shot take, bro.
That's
I
it.
kid
No.
you not. I kid you not. Everything is
You never
one-shot
fuck up
take.
a word and you're like, let me run it back.
Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe once in a while, but like to be honest,
It adds there's a charm to it though.
The-
As,
It
as
does,
somebody,
yeah, 'cause
somebody
you
from
feel
the
like it's
outside looking
organic,
in.
yeah.
the first time
Yeah.
when I do it, it's not gonna come out the same. It's not gonna come out the same the second time. So I'm like, yo, fuck it, man. Just forget about it. Like I'm like a one-shot take kind of guy. I did this little Maury thing the other day on Instagram with the green screen. The shit caught 220,000 videos, and bro, I shot that shit one take, bro. That I did it with my girl, and she was struggling, bro. struggling.
What do you mean?
I shot that shit like a beast.
Like
bro.
a pro.
My
yeah.
cameraman was like, yo, I fucking love you, bro. My girl was there struggling, nervous. She said, I'm not a fucking actor. I like makeup. I was like, come on. I mean, like, let's do this. I've been with you for 12 years, 11 years. Like, let's do this. This is easy.
All right, this is
Let's
your.
get this going. Let's
this is
pull
your
this up.
Yeah,
fuck y'all.
this is the one.
Let's
But they
see.
deleted that YouTube channel, so it won't get the views. That's my best friend in the background.
Bully. All you fucking Nick haters, suck my dick. Watch and learn. We got a new team, nigga. All that shit y'all talk about, we ain't getting out the first round. See me at the finals, motherfucker. You Miami Heat niggas, suck my dick. LeBron, you a dick. Wade, you a dick. We coming for you niggas. New York Knicks, we coming for you niggas. Fucking dicks. You see my Knicks? Ballin', nigga. Niggas got niggas out there bleeding, nigga. Your man Collison is bleeding, man. Just a war. New York Knicks, nigga. Niggas talk about we ain't getting out the first round. Suck my dick, nigga. New niggas, nigga. It's new niggas. We run the NBA now, nigga. Straight bullying niggas, nigga. With that nigga Mike Woodson, yeah? Mello, bully. Chandler, bully.
Chandler.
Martin, bully. J.R. Smith, bully. Pigioni, he's fucking taking your cookies. Jason Kidd, he's open for 3. Copeland, the X Factor. Novak, he's fucking shooting threes all day. Fucking assholes. Knicks, new niggas.
That was it.
Holla at that bench, nigga.
That was
bench is chewing niggas up. My man Melo's a beast, nigga. All you niggas hating, suck a D. Swallow a plastic dildo, nigga. Knicks, fuck a first round, nigga. We going to the finals, man. Y'all niggas hating. Fucking herbs.
Oh man.
Wow.
So,
Yo, that was
Wow.
legendary.
And that's why the Knicks haven't adopted you as their official mascot.
And you see, it says 12,000 views there, but that's like the first YouTube
you had to
channel
re-upload it.
that shit was like at least 4. Maybe it would pass 1 million already.
Yeah. So tell me about I mean like since then like you've been having like not random appearances but like reoccurring appearances on Hot 97 with Ebro.
Yeah.
Ebro in the
We go
morning.
to war in the morning. and shit.
What's that about?
They like to fucking tick me off. Every New York team I fucking go for, they always like to tick me off and make bets and do this and do that. So, they've been quiet this year because the Knicks have been 500. But I know as soon as we start losing, they're gonna be right there, chirping like little bastards. You know what I'm saying? Because he say he's liking the way the Knicks play now. It's a good thing when New York wins for New York City. Blah 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 blah. Fuck out of here. You was the same war. We was gonna fucking go to war last year, motherfucker. But yeah, Laura's cool. Rosenberg's a fucking creep. We like Boston. He's a fucking Redskins fan. They got eliminated yesterday, so fuck that. You know what I'm saying? And he was actually Frank from Houston that I was supposed to get my tattoo on my ass, but I was gonna do it, but
Wait,
there was
tattoo
no
on your
Frank.
ass?
Yeah, there was no Frank.
Uh,
It was Rosenberg lying, saying it was Frank. So I was supposed to do it. They was like, it doesn't matter. And Ebro got mad at me and kicked me out the studio.
damn.
Yeah, he
son.
got mad at me.
That's
He got
crazy.
mad at me. But he been calling me lately, harassing me in the morning.
Favorite Nick of all time.
I can't. It's hard, man. I love KP right now, bro. Those little turnarounds and the
Same.
air ones. I'm in
Same.
love.
You're in love.
Yeah, I'm in love. But
I'm gonna tell you straight up. I love Porzingis, dog. I love Frankie Smokes. But Enos, dog. Like
Cancer?
Enos cancer, bro.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
motherfucker came to the
Yo.
game yesterday on crutches.
yeah.
Wasn't even supposed to play. They put him with the ice and step machine, played 18 minutes, went back out on crutches.
Who?
Like left the game on crutches.
That's
Who?
crazy.
Enos
bro.
cancer, dog.
Cancer did.
Yeah, bro.
He's like
that's
a double machine.
Dog, and he's a legitimate like.
I was happy when we got him because I seen his gameplay before,
Yeah.
and I said that's the exact energy that the Garden needs.
Facts.
Offensive rebounds, put it back, dunk in your face, look at you, want to fight you. I was at the game when he was there, when he was about to go out with LeBron.
Yeah.
Yo, I felt like the security gave me the card because they was like, yo, you're gonna start a war in here. You gotta stop, stop, please. One more time, we're gonna kick you out. And I had to like behave. I had to behave after that. Like I was so mad because I was right next to LeBron and I know he heard everything. Let me guess. What's next? You're gonna get Tyronn Lue fired or whatever? I was harassing Dwayne Wade. I was harassing everybody, man.
What'd you say to Dwayne?
Little buttholes.
What'd you say?
Can't do
Don't
balls,
say
no
it.
balls. No balls. I'm trying to get sponsors. No balls, no balls, no balls, no balls.
Sponsorship.
We gotta chill. We gotta chill. We gotta chill.
All right. So,
But nah, man. Giancarlo Stanton, New
Oh
Yankee,
my
man.
God.
you're a Yankee fan.
Yes,
Yankee
sir.
fan
Boy,
as
yo,
well.
bro. Since '95, Papi. Since Madden.
That's right. Bronx
You
gotta
know what
be.
I'm saying?
So
All
how do
day.
you feel about Stanton coming
I'm
through?
happy, man.
Yeah.
Wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But to be honest, we had a team. We had Sheffield. We had A-Rod. I just hope we got pitching to back this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
know
you
what I'm
could
saying?
go by pitching.
Yeah.
We can get pitching. We
At
can
least
get
that's
pitching.
what
And
my
I
boy
like
Chris
this kid. We got
Coco said.
Jordan Montgomery. He's a lefty. I love him. I'm in love with this kid.
Yeah.
He's a Yankee. I was
We
introduced
don't know
to
anything
him.
about baseball.
I was
here.
introduced
We're
to
just
him
Yankee
last year,
fans.
Jordan
Yeah, we're just Yankee
Montgomery.
fans. Yeah,
but
yeah.
look him up when you get a chance. He's pretty solid. He's
Yeah.
pretty solid. He's pretty solid. My favorite pitcher in the major leagues is Chris Sale, but he's a Boston Red Sox. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love him. He's great. I love pitching. Like baseball is like my favorite sport. I love the
More
pitching.
so than basketball.
That's kind of shocking to me, man.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah,
shocking.
I don't
I
see
mean,
the
you are
same
from the Bronx,
passion,
though.
though.
Yeah,
But
yo.
I don't see the same passion
Nah,
about the
you know what it
Yankees
is?
that I do
You
about the
You
Knicks.
haven't been with me. I go to games and yo, bro, wild out. But you know what I'm saying? And you know what it is? The Yankees been kind of sucking the last 6 years or whatever. But look, trust me. Look. You know what? It's 50. We could say they 40, and no, we could say they 30. We're gonna give Nick 70 because there's nothing like New York Nick passion. You're right.
You're right.
You're right.
I feel like
I'll be playing myself if I say that. But I love these guys. I was there with Jim Leverage, hit the 3-run shot, bro. Like I'm fucking one leg on some crazy shit versus the Braves. I've seen a lot of history, bro. So these is my guys, bro. I went to parades, man. I snuffed little white kids in the face for fucking being fucking rude. For being rude. I remember that shit, bro. In parades, bro. For being fucking rude, bro.
Now, a lot of people don't know this about you, but like you got started out with, or I would say Cardi B got started out with you. I would say.
Oh, well,
you kind of gave
Yo,
her a
Put her
little.
on a little bit.
yeah, they came. You know, we used to work. You know, when Instagram, people didn't know this. When you get up with each other and you make videos and you at them or whatever, they're gonna get love. You know what I'm saying? So she always had a little love though. Like she always would mention me in her videos and shit. Like Body's cuss and this and that. We did shit together, but Cardi B had like this kind of swag, man. She was just like a girl version of me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She was like a girl version of
Yeah.
me. And she did it, bro. She leveled up. She fucking went from making videos to making music. She was in fucking London shaking her fucking ass the other day, having a blast, man. That's she inspired. Like she posted one time that I inspired her to make videos. She inspires me every day, man.
Oh,
just to
she's-
get the fuck out the Bronx.
She's the motherfucking American success story right there,
Yo,
bro.
she had a great 2017, bro.
Deadass.
And I remember we used to be together in my apartment recording. Like people used to give us money to make ads and shit. And because I was popping in the beginning, but they deleted my pages and shit on some hater shit. And that just slowed shit up for me and shit. And a lot of people started coming up. But you know what I mean? I'm here now. Like it's cool.
Still
I don't
out
give a
here
fuck
though,
about it.
man.
Yeah, we out
Still out
here.
here. And I feel like the better New York sports is for you, the better
Hell
business
yeah, I
is
love
for
it.
you.
Hell
you know
yeah,
what
that's
I'm
my
saying?
lane. That's my
I'll
lane.
be honest. I work at Bleacher Report, and
Okay.
we was doing.
That's dope.
My homegirl Dina. She runs like digital content over there.
Yeah.
She was like, when the Knicks are good,
Yeah.
it's good for business
Yes.
because we got guys like him.
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean? That
Yo,
could,
when they
you know,
suck, I'm
Great
like this in the
content,
crib
yeah.
with the fucking with the 357 plastic, ready to just blow my fucking smithereens out, bro.
Oh,
I like when they're good.
The last couple of years have been stressful, man. But like, it was one of those things where like, because we was here talking about Melo like in the beginning of the season. We're just like, man, like. It kind of sucks because it's like Melo's not here no more, and like
I never felt that
we
way.
were-
I was really happy. That
I
we-
was a Melo apologist.
It
I was a
worked
Melo
out for
apologist
it
for a
worked out
lot.
for all of us.
Yeah, well,
You know what I mean?
not so much for him.
Nah, Melo struggled.
Not so much.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Well, I'm happy.
Exactly. Fuck
Melo,
it.
We have
got
500.
Melo's got the weirdest hashtag I've ever seen. It's Stay Mellow is the hashtag, and I just don't understand why you would want to stay doing something that hasn't worked your entire career.
Yo.
Right? Like you haven't won your entire career
Yeah.
as Mello.
Yeah.
What is going on in your head that you think that you should stay doing it? That's the definition of insanity,
Yeah,
right?
you're
Doing
right,
the
you're right,
same
you're
thing
right,
over and
you're
over
right.
again,
That's
expecting
sick.
different results.
Stay mellow.
Get out of here, man.
And there's nothing's happening. Same
Same shitty situation. Same
Exactly.
results.
same results exactly.
Sad.
Sad. I used to
Well,
I used to vouch for Mello, man.
I used to die on the cross for Melo,
Yeah,
man.
you
I'm
know
like,
what I'm saying?
nah,
But
y'all
I
being
was a
unfair on
Knicks fan.
him.
I was
shit.
a Knicks fan before he was here. He's gone. All right, new Knicks. Let's do it.
I like
Melo's
I like
the enemy now.
I like McBuckets and Cancer.
Oh, I
we
love
good.
both of them, bro. And everybody laughed at us, bro, when we got them, man. Everybody laughed at us. I
Who,
remember on
McDermott?
Twitter. Yeah, bro.
McDermott doesn't shoot enough for how white he
Yo,
is.
but he moves great without the ball.
He rounds his cuts a little bit.
Yeah, but you don't think he shoots good? Yeah.
Not for
He
how white
balled
he is.
yesterday.
He balled yesterday. Listen,
He had a
what
couple
I
of
like,
games.
I'll tell you what I like about McDermott. I like how he finishes backdoor cuts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like Clay, for example, way better shooter, but can't finish at the rim at all. Like he just struggles on like kind of basic layups.
I believe you because of China.
Because of what?
Because he fucking almost broke his nose in China dunking.
Yeah.
Wait, who, Clay?
Clay? You remember
Hell
that
yeah.
shit?
No, I missed the
He
clip.
tried to like he caught a spray and shit. almost
No,
cut his whole face
spasms?
off.
Spaz.
Oh
So
shit!
bad, bro.
Anyway, what I'm saying is like he struggles finishing there, but elite shooter. But McDermott, everything about his face, his haircut, you're like, oh, this guy's knockdown white guy shooter. Of course,
He's
he
a
is.
surprised good finisher. Like he's caught a few dunks. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Finishes
I'm like,
well.
word? I'm like,
Yo,
yeah.
your
It's weird.
stepfather black, brother? You moving like a black boy, son. You moving like a black boy, McBuckets.
But when you,
Word.
sometimes he won't hit these wide open corner
Yeah,
threes,
yeah,
and
yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
this doesn't make sense. You
Yeah.
should be knocked down. Everything about your game. And I remember him in college. You remember him in
Oh,
college?
he was a beast in college.
He was a
Like, Cre-
beast in
was it
college.
Creighton or
Creighton University, and then
Yeah.
he would get his own shot, and he was like the leading scorer in Creighton University history. I think his dad maybe even coached a team or something like that.
something
But
like that. Yeah.
he could get his shot, and I think what happens a lot of times to these dudes, especially white guys, when they come to the league, they have to change their body a bit to
Okay.
compete. Like JJ Redick could get his own shot easy.
Yeah.
He could barely dribble in the
Yeah.
NBA. It's a
Yeah.
different
Yeah, it is.
level of athleticism when you come to the NBA.
It's
So we're waiting for McDermott to go from like you either got to get that shit knocked down
Yeah.
or figure something else out. Because
Figure
you're in,
out.
he's not Novak knockdown.
Yeah.
You remember Novak,
Novak was automatic.
and he needs to be.
I mean, the
Yeah.
thing with McDermott and things with players like him is that shooters last a long time in the NBA, especially you tall.
Yeah.
He's at 6'9", 6'8". You
He
know what
got
I mean?
the body
good
to do
size.
it.
Like he'll be straight.
We
Sure.
missing Tim Hardaway right now, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, you
dog.
see? You
and people
see?
laughed at him too.
Yo,
when we
I
signed him.
made a video when we signed him, and I said, what a signing,
Bro.
And look, you see how important he was.
No,
He's
playing
25
well.
and 5 a night, man.
I fucked up because I was really upset. I said I wouldn't even pay Tim Hardaway Sr. that money.
Yo, he did.
He's,
it.
he's
No, but
quietly
he can
having a better
and I
season
knew
than
it. And
Melo.
I,
No,
I
he is.
remember he played against the Knicks last year. And he
And he
bust.
cooked us.
No, he could hoop. He could
I
definitely
was, yo,
hoop.
this kid's on some shiznit.
Mm.
He's on some shit.
But I mean, I think when they get back, you know, what I mean, I think when he gets back, I think the Knicks will be. Hopefully, he's back in time for Christmas. So you know,
Word, man.
the Christmas Day game is always like my barometer
That's
for the
what Philly-
season.
We playing Philly, right?
Yeah, he play
Yeah.
the Sixers right there.
Yeah.
Like it's always that game that lets
Philly
me know
been
if it's
losing
gonna
to
be
a lot
a
of
good
good
team
teams.
this year
Yeah.
or it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be same old Knicks. And like the last couple of Christmas games, like last year when Boston like smoked us in the Garden, that shit, I was like, all right, the season just went downhill from there. But I feel like Hardaway comes back around that time. They beat the Sixers at Christmas. That's a good fucking, you know,
Who's gonna
barometer
guard
for the
Ben
rest of them.
Simmons?
That's the only ball. I ain't gonna front. I'm gonna tell you this right here. I like Embiid a lot, and I've always said Embiid's really good. Ben Simmons is a dude that keeps me up at night.
That
motherfucker
boy is unbelievable.
Yo,
Thank God he
amazing.
can't shoot.
They got to can't
Oh
shoot.
my
That's
God.
What?
And if he could shoot, forget it.
Yeah.
It's over.
If he
Bro.
could shoot, you give him the keys,
Yeah, it's
man.
over.
He's the closest thing I've seen LeBron in
Yo,
a
he's-
lot,
And
like,
you know
probably
what?
ever.
He might be the one who saves Embiid's knees
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Embiid doesn't need to carry it.
Yeah, exactly.
Embiid can get his buckets. And by the way, Embiid gets a lot of soft ass calls for a 2-year player.
Yeah. He's
Like
a lot-
it is crazy the types of
it's a
calls he's
superstars
getting.
league, man. It's a superstars
It,
league.
really,
You
it
wanna-
used to be like you got to earn that. You
Yeah.
got to be in the
Nah.
league 6 years
Yeah.
before you get in this ticky tack bullshit.
Yeah.
But he's getting everything. Anyway, but
It's
Simmons,
because of the media.
He's a
They-
superstar
They,
and-
they're hyping him.
yeah.
They're
I
hyping
guess,
him.
yeah, you got to
They're
protect
hyping
these
him.
motherfuckers.
I mean,
but-
Embiid's a superstar in name already. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So the refs are like, hey, man, he's the process. He does
Yeah.
great for us. Like, we give him 40 fucking national TV games this year. Like,
That's
we gotta
crazy,
protect that shit. You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
guess
That's
So,
right.
crazy.
It's probably
like-
for the better.
Shouts to him.
hey, get your money, man. Shout out to Africans. So respect it.
Word. Word. That's big for Africa.
Yes, sir.
In my Jamaican voice.
Wait, where's Embiid from?
Cameroon.
Oh, he's from Cameroon?
Cameroon,
All right.
yeah.
Shout out to Cameroon.
Shit.
I only know one other Cameroonian athlete.
Only thing I know
Samuel
is South Africa.
Eto'o.
Who?
Samuel Eto'o.
Fuck is
He was
that?
a striker for Barcelona.
See, it's soccer.
Yeah, boy, let's go.
I know.
Hey man, thank you so much for coming,
Thank you
bro.
for coming
Appreciate
through,
you,
my
Luke.
G.
Anything
Yo,
else? Yo,
appreciate you.
plug some shit,
Yes,
man.
get
Tell
your
them
plug
what's going on
off,
in your
man.
life.
Yeah, you can follow me at Loopy Blogger on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram __ the Loopy Blogger __ You can check out for my merchandise on foreverloopy.com. And I just want to thank you guys for having me on your show, man. I had a blast. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Sports all fucking day, bitches.
Word, Billy
Bully
the fuck up.
Yeah. New York, we all we got, baby.
My
Protect the
man.
Mecca.
You already know, baby.
Yo, Drew, thank you, guys.
Thanks for coming by, man. Appreciate you, dude.